This is Ada Cougar Football, presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Ready!
Brought to you in part by First United Bank, Ada Nissan, CTS, T&W Tire, Wild Rose Place, Carter County Dodge and Hyundai, Vision Bank, Roma Italian Restaurant, Laser Zone, Hilltop Dodge, Simmons Bank, Great Plains Kubota, State Farm Agent Don Carpenter, and Vinton Ford. Now, let's go live to the action with the voice of Ada Cougar Football, Kenny Morrison.
And a very pleasant good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Ada Cougar Football from Broken Bow, Oklahoma. A rare edition of Saturday afternoon high school football. The Ada Cougars in their regular season finale today against the Broken Bow Tigers here in the 4A4 district matchup. A lot on the line. Just glad to be here, Trey Kinley, with an opportunity to play this afternoon after Mother Nature came roaring through the state yesterday, altering football games all across the state. The best time slot for the Ada Broken Bow game to end the regular season, Saturday afternoon. We got a 2 p.m. kick ahead of us.
Yeah, you'd never know it by looking at the weather today, what this part of the state went through last night. We had a gentleman up here talking about a tornado that went through Idabel, and evidently it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Hearts and thoughts go out to those folks down there, but it's a great day today.
It is a beautiful day. Sun is shining. Yeah, they had a tornado rip through Idabel last night. There was the athletic director, Craig Sundberg, here that came up and greeted us and has some friends and so family friends over at Idabel and was checking on them, but said it was just a wicked storm that moved through and hit the eastern part of Broken Bow. Had some cleanup debris on the field, some small stuff this morning. And so put life into perspective again with what Mother Nature did last night. The Ada Cougars turning to football here this afternoon, Craig, coming off a loss to Poto a week ago at home on senior night on a kind of a nasty night for football in a game the Cougars just did not play well.
No.
Just came out, we were down 20-0 after the first quarter. No game film, no watching, just move forward. Get ready for Broken Bow because this game has a lot of both teams are going into the playoffs next week, but implications galore on the line of where you go and who you play.
Yeah, best case scenario for us is win this and get the 3 seed, go to Wagner next week. Lose this, you get the 4 seed and you go to Cushing. But it doesn't just affect us. If we win, Hilldale wins the district. If Broken Bow wins, then Poto wins the district because it becomes a 3-way tie and Poto wins on points.
So all 4 slots up for grabs, and it all kind of hinges on this Ada Broken Bow game this afternoon. Broken Bow comes in 7-2 on the season, 5-1 in district play. Their only district loss was to Hilldale. The Cougars lost to Hilldale and then Poto last week. This Broken Bow team beat Poto 28-14 here on their home turf, their home grass, one of the 2 grass fields in the district, and Stillwell's the other one. We didn't go there this year, and so they're a good football team, 4-0 here at home.
Yeah, they're maybe the most athletic team in the district. They spread you out. They got the athletes, probably with us right behind them or right there with them as far as skill position players. So it'll be interesting. We've struggled with big physical teams. This team they got some physicality, but for the offensively, they are a spread you out and more of a finesse team. So I like our chances defensively.
See some of the Cougar faithful as our cameraman Bridges Velarde scans them across on the visitor side. This field runs east and west, so Cougar fans on the very north side of this Memorial Stadium, an old WPA stadium, probably dates back pre-1930s. It's an old facility here where Coach Shamley ran the sidelines as defensive coordinator for 3 years before he arrived at Ada a year ago.
Yeah, and it's got a heck of a crown. I got winded walking over there and then coming back, but the good news is on both of those trips my destination was downhill once I made it halfway.
Well, I noticed you got your air finally, but
yeah.
Barry Switzer we got to go to our coaches interview. We will here in a second, but Barry Switzer, the old Owen Field and the old turf, the old hard turf, like cement playing on, had the huge crown years ago, and of course it was a wishbone football team. Let's run downhill and let's affect the passing game. Not so much for Broken Bow because they run 4 and 5 wide and they air it out. So, but it does have a significant crown. Had a chance to sit down and visit with Cougar head coach Brad Osteen, as I could do every week. Coach's Corner. We did that on Thursday morning in anticipation of this game here this afternoon. And that Coach's Corner is coming up next. This is Cougar Football streaming at KADARadio.net.
Liability of the Great Plains Kubota family to work for you. Visit any of our local dealerships to see how we can serve your equipment needs.
Keep your Kubota running at peak performance with routine maintenance from Great Plains Kubota. With the parts and service you trust, Great Plains Kubota will keep your Kubota equipment running like the day you brought it home.
Visit a Great Plains Kubota for Kubota sales, service, parts, and rentals, or visit us online at GreatPlainsKubota.com. That's GreatPlainsKubota.com.
Come by Finn Ford Lincoln of Ada, where we'll be getting you ready for the holidays by giving top dollar for trades.
Isn't that right, Turkey?
That is right. The car market's still crazy and we need your trades.
So come trade up. Now's the perfect time. Wait, what's that?
He's filling in for you and doing a great job.
He's a turkey.
Don't forget to tell him Morgan sent ya. Finn Ford Lincoln of Ada is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FinnFord.com and FinnLincoln.com.
This is Lucas Clark, president of First United Bank here in Ada. We measure success not just with numbers, but with a commitment to faith, financial well-being, personal development, and wellness. It's how we spend life wisely. If that doesn't sound like a bank, welcome to First United. Learn more at spendlifewisely.com. Proud supporter of the Ada Cougars, member FDIC.
Tribal citizens are Oklahomans, our neighbors. They make a critical difference in community after community, helping schools, building roads, expanding healthcare, benefiting everyone. We are united for Oklahoma, committed to mutual respect, shared strength, and productive partnerships. To join the conversation, visit UnitedForOklahoma.com.
If you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, or maybe your vehicle needs a little attention, we're your one-stop shop.
Come score a new Nissan Pathfinder, completely redesigned and ready to hit the road with style and convenience.
And don't get penalized with high gas prices. The Nissan Altima will get you over 600 miles per tank.
And the MVP of the lineup, the new Nissan Rogue, with best-in-class fuel economy and tech.
We are a proud supporter of the Ada Cougar Athletic Department, and we'd like to wish all of you a great season. Go Cougs!
I was surprised.
I was definitely surprised.
Yep, we had no idea. Totally surprised.
Can you say jaw drop?
Who knew? State Farm with these great rates?
The surprise everyone's talking about is the surprisingly great rates for home and auto insurance from State Farm, especially when you combine them.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Don Carpenter, your State Farm agent in Ada for over 44 years today.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Welcome back to Broken Bow Memorial Stadium, Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Cougar football, Saturday afternoon in the spotlight with college football today. The Ada Cougars against Broken Bow Tigers. It's a 2 p.m. kick as we're here in the pregame show with head coach Brad Osteen. Coach, it's always my pleasure. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, Kenny.
Yeah, crazy week. Mother Nature, it is what it is, as we've talked. And the games moved all across the state to Thursday. Going to play this one on Friday. Then the forecast just got worse, and here we are Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it got, I just wish we'd made the decision to move it to Thursday earlier in the week, but they waited till Wednesday to want to change it, or actually Thursday to change it, and so you can't change it and turn around and play 10 hours later, So anyway, it is what it is. We got to be able to handle it.
Broken Bow's the opponent, coach. They're ranked number 10 in the state. All that really out the window. The playoffs again are right now. You're a game behind them in the district standings as you head into this game. A chance to secure third place heading into the playoffs.
Sure. Yeah, this is a big game for us. They're a really good football team. Top 10, whatever you want to say, but they've got some really good players. They've had some situations to where they turn the ball over a lot, kind of like we have in key situations, and cost them a game or two. So anyway, it's a big game, and that third spot looks a lot better than that fourth spot. So we need to go get this district win.
10th all-time meeting, 6-3. Cougars have the advantage. You met back in 1988, state championship run. And in fact, the state championship game, 8-31, Broken Bow 6 back in 1988 for that state championship.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it goes back. Let's talk about Broken Bow. They really, maybe this league district has a lot of good quarterbacks, but maybe more than any team, their offense centers around number 2, Christian Brumley.
Yeah, he's definitely 100%. He's a runner. He's a thrower. He's a football player because he turns around on defense and plays linebacker, so that tells you what kind of mentality he has. I would just say he's an all-around football player. He likes contact and does a really good job, and he's a heck of an athlete. 2,710
total yards, 2,168 through the air, 542 on the ground, 33 touchdowns is what he's accounted for this year. But let's talk about the game plan defensively. It's going to be a muddy, wet field here at Broken Bow. Talk about containment of the quarterback and what has to happen. How do you get pressure on him today?
Well, we've got some things drawn up for him. We've got a dime package depending on what personnel they got in the game. We're getting more speed, so we'll take off 1 or 2 defensive linemen sometimes, or take off a linebacker and put a secondary guy in. And then we put a dime package where we do actually take a defensive lineman off the field and get more speed on the field. So you just get some athletes out there that can run and chase, so that's the big thing. And then I just don't know what the footing's going to be like, and then how wet is the football going to be? What's the condition? So we've had our kids check their spikes or check their cleats. We've had a couple of kids we're switching out cleats, and a couple of them are getting new cleats because they're wore down, and so the footing and all that type of stuff is going to be key. But once again, it comes back to the turnovers. You can't turn the football over. So we got to take care of the football, and we got to create turnovers on defense.
Cougars against Broken Bow here tonight, Coach. I want to get into the other side of the football in just a moment, but I want to kind of segue with how big of a football game is this for the Ada program as you build this thing back to where you and everyone else wants it to be?
Well, we've got to go win a game that on paper we're not supposed to win, and I think that's one of these games that they're a top 10 team, and we've got to go get one of those that we're not supposed to, and I think that slingshots the program forward to where we want to be, or getting closer to where we want to be. But you got to go beat people you're not supposed to beat, and this is a game that we need to go handle, and it sets us up for a playoff at a better spot, because 1 or 3 is the best spots in this district as far as the playoff bracket. Setting it up for a run, and so one's okay. 4. You get to go to the number 1 team in the state right off the bat. So it's a big-time game for us. I think it's a big-time game for the program as far as building confidence and going and beat people that are in the top 10.
Head coach Brad Osteen and the Cougars get ready to take on Broken Bow. As of the taping of this coach's show, Thursday, mid-morning on Thursday, game has, of course, been moved to Saturday, and the rains have not came yet, but they're expected to be a couple of inches, so it's going to be a kind of a sloppy track, a slow track, as they say in the horse racing realm.
Yeah, slow track
out there tonight. Cougars have some horses that didn't quite get loose last week against Poto, a game we're not looking back to right now.
Yeah,
we're looking forward to Broken Bow. But offensively, Coach, you're going to, for Broken Bow, I've talked to you before the interview, with the impending weather, a couple different game plans. How do you? It's a lot of work to put in.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Kids have handled it well. I mean, same terminology. We're just taking everything under center, and that was the big thing. Is Monday we were normal game plan, and then it looked like it was going to. And then when it went to 100% Friday night, then the game plan changed going into Tuesday and Wednesday's practice. Being ready to play in the wind or play in the rain or play in the elements. And so now that we're playing on Saturday, there's probably going to be sun shining and everything like that, but it's going to be sloppy conditions. So not knowing how bad the field's going to be, we're going to have 2 game plans, and so today we're going to work a little bit of both. And so just got to be able to adapt and overcome, be able to move from underneath back into the shotgun, and do the things that we did on Monday. So we'll review that stuff today and work some of it. So we're going to split time. We've worked the last 2 days under center full time. So today we'll go back and work some shotgun stuff and just kind of see how the field is, see how it holds up, and see how the ball is. So
you get into November and you get into these cold, wet conditions. Run game is always crucial.
Crucial.
Sustaining blocks up front, creating paths. Well, where are we at there?
Well, we struggle a little bit right now because we're with our youth up on the offensive line. We've talked about it pretty much all year. Those guys have done a really good job for the most part. You got a freshman in there a lot. Sometimes you got 3 sophomores in there. Those guys are just being asked to play really early in their career at a high level against top 10 teams. And we struggled a little bit the other night, and so we just got to continue to build and keep working. You can't lose faith in them. You just got to keep working hard, and just hard work, good things will happen, so we just got to keep plugging and control the line of scrimmage. And that's something that we always talk about. The game is always won. If you don't handle your business up front, that's on the offensive line and defensive line. We really struggle on the backside of doing their job. So I'm a big believer in the game's won up front, and if you don't win that, you're going to struggle. And that's what happened to us against Poto. We lost the line of scrimmage offensively. Defensively, we didn't play bad at times, but just got to play a complete game. I mean, Poto's a really good football team. I thought they played really well. Coach Warner does a great job. But they played well. I think they're probably our top 5 team. I mean, after playing them, I think they're a solid ball club, and I think they're a top 5 team. So, like I said, this is a big game for us, and we got to go beat somebody we're not supposed to beat.
Final thoughts from head coach Brad Osteen before we take it back to the field for the coin toss and get ready for this afternoon's game against Broken Bow. Cougars trying to get their 7th win. Offensive philosophy, not necessarily philosophy, that's the wrong word, but Poto pressed Andrew and brought a guy over the top all night long. Counter to that.
Well, you got to be able to run the football. That's where you get your numbers and things like that. And we struggled doing that the other night. So, once again, you got to be able to counter whatever they do. And if they take what we have away that's really good, and we can't capitalize on that, then you got to be able to come back and run the football. If they take away your run game, then you got to be able to throw the football. So, once again, it goes back to up front. We got to handle our business better. And the times that we had guys open, our pass protection broke down. And so just still showing some youth. Just got to, like I said, keep working hard.
Coach, going to be fun. It's been a great year. Looking forward to today's game. Looking forward to the playoff run. And that's what you play for.
Sure, 100%.
Get your foot into the postseason, and then game changes.
Yeah, game changes. Everybody's record 0-0. So, tonight we just got to make sure we take care of the football. And I'm a big believer in you got to play great defense, and you got to be able to run the football every week if you want to win games consistently. And so that's a big push this week in practice, is being able to run the football and maintaining our blocks and getting physical up front, And so I think we've had a really good week. The kids have responded, and sometimes we've talked about it before. There's a lot to be learned from a loss. Sometimes the mistakes get covered up by beating somebody, bad or winning, And so you really evaluate yourself hard when you get beat. So really proud of our kids and our coaches this week. We just got to continue to get better.
I know the last time the Cougars had a loss, they responded by winning 3 straight. Good time to start that streak one more time.
We'll take it right now. So
today against Broken Bow.
Yes, sir.
It's always my pleasure.
Thanks again.
This concludes our regular season, but looking forward to the chat next week as we head to the postseason.
Yes, sir. Excited.
Head Coach Brad Osteen, this is Coach's Corner. Back with more Cougar football Saturday afternoon from Broken Bow, right here streaming at K88radio.net.
Edith 2 Chickasaw travel stops are loaded with fast and convenient items to make your busy schedule a little less hectic. There's something for everyone. We've got a large selection of food choices, fuel that's ethanol-free, and fast and friendly service that you can appreciate, especially when kickoff is minutes away. Locate your Chickasaw travel stop, your one-stop shop, at the corner of Country Club and Lonnie Abbott Boulevard, or on the corner of Main Street and Ladder Road in Ada.
a strong defense, an aggressive offense, and ability to make the big plays. That's Vision Bank and the Ada Cougars. From the first kickoff to the final buzzer, the Cougars keep on working for excellence, and so does Vision Bank. From your first savings and checking account, your first car, your first home, all the way through to retirement, Vision Bank strives for your financial success. Ada Cougar football and Vision Bank, a winning combination. See the difference with Vision Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 402156.
Searching for a stress-free, no-hassle car buying experience? Then look no further than Hilltop Dodge.
From our well-knowledgeable sales staff to our qualified service department, here at Hilltop Dodge, we strive to deliver the best customer satisfaction. Here at Hilltop Dodge, we are huge supporters of the Ada Cougar football team and want to wish them good luck on their season. So come on down to Hilltop Dodge and experience what car buying is supposed to feel like.
Come in and see us at 1109 North Broadway in Ada.
Ada Sales and Rental is your premier wedding and party rental resource in the Ada, Oklahoma area, bringing you the best for your wedding or other special event with the most unique and current trends available. Our experienced and helpful staff will help coordinate all of your ideas into the wedding of your dreams. And don't forget, we cater for all types of events: birthdays, anniversaries, graduation, prom, retirement, family reunions, and fundraiser supplies for schools and nonprofit groups. You'll find it all at Ada Sales and Rental.
Hello, I'm Keith Frazier, store manager at T&W Tire, 500 East Main here in Ada.
And I'm Jamie. We would like to remind you, if you have any tire needs, whether it be farm, ranch, tractor trailer, or your personal vehicle, we can help you pick out the right tire for you. We also offer 24-hour roadside service and can change your oil, put on brakes, shocks, or align your front end.
We are your authorized Michelin tire dealer with dozens of other tire brands available. T&W Tire, not just a tire store, but a whole lot more. Call 332-5145.
There's maroon, gold, black, white. They all have things in common. School pride, friendly competition, bringing home the win, and the full support of Laser Zone Family Fun Center. Head on over to celebrate that win. There's bowling, laser tag, an arcade, mini golf, and more. Laser Zone is where the school spirit is splat.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Welcome back to Broken Bow Memorial Stadium, Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Kenny Morrison, Trey Kinley, Bridges Velarde, Jeremy Marr, our statistician. Cougar football Saturday afternoon here for Broken Bow. One of the I think we counted out, Trey, what, this game and one more in the state.
Yeah, Class C, Class powerhouses. I assume. I never. I hadn't heard of them.
The majority of the games were played Thursday night because of the weather. I think I had one or two games back in the western part of the state able to play last night. But other than that, here we are. Saturday afternoon, final game of the regular season. I hope you enjoyed the interview, the sit down with Coach Osteen. When we recorded that Thursday morning, Trey, that's when all this was coming down. When are we going to play this game? It was scheduled at 6:30 on Friday when I walked into the calendar room to do the coach's show. And it all unraveled that morning that we can't play Friday night. Bad weather's coming.
I think that was their first thing.
Let's
play tonight.
I think the offer was to play Thursday night. And there's no way. Wednesday they could have got together and done that, but not Thursday morning. So here we are, agreed time, 2 o'clock, Saturday afternoon, senior night, or senior day here at Broken Bow. And as we come back here, the Cougar coaching staff, I think as we had a pretty good shot of them when we came back, Trey, by Bridges Velarde, took their perch.
Coach, that's Coach Bohannon and Coach Caldwell up there. They normally in the box with us. They told him they could have the box on the visitor side. I walked over there and looked at it a minute ago. I don't know that I would have gone in that box either, but I don't know that being on top of it's much better unless there's a little pond off the back. Maybe they're doing a little fishing over there.
Well, it's some beautiful trees back there. The fall color's starting to change.
Yeah, I saw them taking some selfies when we came back.
Yeah, there you go. Sending them back home. And Cougars need to take care of business on the field this afternoon, Trey. Coming off again, we talked about a week ago, but just all focus on this game today. They're having to do it with a little bit of adjustments in the lineup. Cord Coffey will play left tackle. Isaiah Hayden not available this afternoon. They'll have another right. Makir Sanusi moves to right guard. Dawson Matthews starts at right tackle. Some adjustments across the offensive line. And Case Stafford to start at one receiver. Andrew Hughes has moved to the Z to start out. Some adjustments there. So, but this Cougar team had a good week of practice and just they need to come out and they need to punch someone in the mouth like they were punched a week ago.
Yeah, I talked to Coach. Well, it's Coach Harwell to me, Mr. Harwell, yesterday for quite a while. Stopped by and talked to him, and one of the things he and I talked about is how are these teams going to respond. It's Saturday afternoon at 2:00. Most of these boys what are they doing right now normally? They're getting out of bed.
Yeah.
So did Ada getting up early and walking through and the drive down to motivate, concentrate, does that help them? Do they come out flat? Does Broken Bow come? I mean, both teams are playing in the same situation, but you just never know when you throw 15 to 18-year-old kids off schedule what's going to happen.
Two pretty good teams offensively, Trey. The Cougars score 32.2 points a game. Broken Bow 34.9. Cougars allow offensively 15.6. Broken Bow gives up a little bit more, 24.2. They will give up some big plays.
Yeah, they're like I mentioned earlier, they're an athletic team, kind of like we are. But I say that, and then when they beat Poto, they punched them in the mouth.
They did.
And so I don't know. Who's going to show up, who's going to play their game, and who's going to make the other team uncomfortable.
And, you know, we couldn't get full stats from Broken Bow for some reason, but I got partial stats. We really tried, but they just didn't have them. So I'm going to give you some numbers. Their quarterback, Christian Brumley's an outstanding player offensively, also a star defensively at the linebacker position. 2,168-yard passing, 542 rushing. That's over 2,700 yards, and I'm going to assuming, looking at the rest of their numbers, is somewhere around 3,900 yards of offense as a team so far through 9 games. Well, do the math. The ball is in his hands, and he's accounted for 33 TDs, 19 passing, 14 rushing.
Yeah, he can do dual threat quarterback, which is today's trend. We've faced a couple this year, but mainly it's been one or the other. You know, like Poto last week, they threw one pass.
Yeah.
The freshman quarterback, he did great. All he got to do is take the snap and hand it off. So this will be a little bit different, but I think it plays to their strengths, plays to our strengths because of the athleticism at linebacker and in the secondary that we have.
3 games prior to Poto, the Cougar offense averaging right at 400 yards a game, under 60 yards of offense against Poto last week. 36 of them came on the receiving end by senior Cooper Patterson. 36 of they got over 60% of their yards a week ago. Good to see that young man involved in the offense. Had a chance to sit down and talk with Cooper on Thursday morning.
Back to Broken Bow Memorial Stadium. Broken Bow, Oklahoma, final game of the regular season. The Cougars taking on Broken Bow. Should be an outstanding football game. I got a young man here with me, senior Cooper Patterson.
It's good to be here.
Cooper, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. Just working hard and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, big season for the Cougars. 6-3 coming in. As of the taping of this interview, there's been a lot of changes going on. Of course, as you know now, it's a 2 p.m. Saturday kickoff because of the inclement weather on Friday. And so anyway, we've had a lot of changes just in the last half hour before we've taped this. But Coop, regardless, we're going to play football today or Saturday. And you got Broken Bow. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. But let's talk about Cooper Patterson for just a moment. Senior at Ada. I understand you've been here since first grade.
First grade, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's moved here when I was like 6. I used to live in Seminole, so Ada's always kind of been the place for me. I don't really recollect much from Seminole, but Ada's my hometown, is what I'd like to say.
Yeah, I know when you lived in Seminole, I've known your dad for a long time. In fact, I was then this is about 2001, so I remember those days of your Seminole days and growing up and so forth. But 3-sport athlete, basketball, golf the last couple of years, and football for the first time this year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, why?
When I graduated high school, I didn't want to be like one of those guys that regrets not playing football. Before going to the season, I told everybody, everybody's like, well, why don't you play football? I was like, I'm not good at football. I think I'm too small. I just kind of wanted to go in with no high expectations and just see what I could do, see if I could provide for the team. And I did. I have provided for the team, I think. And, it's been a lot of fun. This football team, it's more than just a team. It's a family. I'm glad to be a part of that this way. And, I wanted to get stronger for basketball and stuff. And, all the coaches, I like being closer with all the coaches and making friends with him. So yeah, it's been a really smart decision.
Yeah, well, good for you. I know you had to battle through a little bit of a foot injury. Early in the year. That all healed up.
Yeah, it still bothers me sometimes when I step wrong, but just rub some dirt on it and keep going.
Got your first career touchdown catch a couple weeks ago, and then followed that up with a 3-catch, 36-yard performance against Poto.
Yeah, all props to Carter Freeland. He's the reason that I got that touchdown because, Devontae was about to come in for me. I told him, no, go out here. I'm trying to get a touchdown. And, CJ, we ran a play for, a slant play to get me in the end zone. And it didn't work out that well. And so I told Carter, I was like, we want to do that again. I want to get a touchdown. And, he ran up to Coach Osteen and said, hey, we're doing that again. We're doing that again. So we just ran an option play for me that, for me to read the defense. And, I read the defense well and got a touchdown. Carter threw a good ball.
A little out to the pylon.
Yep.
For 6 on the road for Cooper Patterson. Senior wide receiver, plays the Z position on the receiver. And he moved around a little bit as well of special teams and had a big chase down guy early in the year on kickoff. Made a great play, game saver, or play saver anyway, on that day.
Yeah, I never thought I'd play special teams. Coach Boa just kind of came up to me and said, all right, you're on kickoff and kickoff return. I'm like, oh, okay. So I kind of just ran down the field. I hope the guy didn't run my way because I'm not very good at tackling, but, I kind of just started running that way, and he had taken off for about, I don't know how many yards he had gotten by then, probably 50 yards, and I got a little push from one of the Armor guys trying to block me, and he pushed me forward, and so I kind of just dove at his legs, and I got him. But, yeah. Yeah,
made the play. So football season the regular season coming to a close at Broken Bow this afternoon. Playoffs ahead. Going to the playoffs, regardless of what happens today, either the 3 or the 4 seed more than likely.
Yeah, I think if we win today, we'll be the 3 seed, and we'll go play somewhere else.
Yep.
So, yeah, we're hoping to win today. That'll be big for us.
So after football, you got basketball seasons just a few weeks away. You're going to be that's a passion for you.
I love basketball.
Got a pretty good strokes behind that arc.
Yeah, I have a lot of practice for me, but basketball is a sport I've always loved, and that's always been my main sport, and so I'm ready to get back on the court.
How's the golf game?
Kenny, it's not very good. I'm getting those golf blues and kind of run out of it because I wasn't playing very well, so I just kind of gave up on it. I haven't played in about 2 months, but.
Isn't it crazy how you can throw and catch a football in traffic, and you can dribble through traffic in basketball against highly athletic young men? You can shoot threes and make them in a goal that's not much bigger than the basketball, than a golf ball sitting on a tee not moving, and you can't make it go where you want it.
No, golf is the hardest sport there is. I mean, it's the biggest mental game, and it just frustrates me.
Yeah.
If you ask Coach Powell, he knows it frustrates me. I've taken a chunk out of a green a couple times.
Yeah, I've asked you to add time too.
Yeah, he knows that too. I promise you.
That's great. Cooper, my pleasure to visit with you. It's been a privilege, thrill watching you play, and looking forward to the rest of football season, the run in the playoffs, and then basketball season. Going to be a fun winter.
It is.
All right. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's Cooper Patterson, pregame show 8 at Broken Bow this afternoon from Broken Bow Memorial Stadium. Back at more pregame after this. This is Cougar Football right here at K88Radio.net.
The Cougars. We at Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai are some of your biggest fans. We know that you're not only excelling today on the fields, but in gyms, on stage, and in the classrooms. But you are also going to be tomorrow's great leaders. Embrace it and enjoy it. From your friends, neighbors, and automotive experts, Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai in Ardmore. Remember, if it doesn't say Carter County, you paid too much.
Simmons Bank presents Banking Made Easy. With our powerful mobile banking app and online banking, at the touch of a finger, you can make deposits or pay bills, view account balances and transaction history, keep a close eye on your money with helpful alerts, even customize features just the way you want them. And with our contactless Visa credit and debit cards, you can just look, tap, and go. Convenient banking from Simmons Bank. Easy, fast, and secure. Learn more at simmonsbank.com/easy.
When it comes to delicious, you can't beat Roma's Italian Restaurant. And the service starts with a gracious host the moment you walk in the door. Start with their unforgettable garlic knots and butter. Order the lobster ravioli, homemade lasagna, or baked ziti. Maybe you're hungry for a pizza pie, calzone, or stromboli. Enjoy a mouth-watering ribeye, chicken fettuccine alfredo, or chicken piccata. But whatever you do, save room for the dessert. Roma's in Ada's North Hill Center, catering and DoorDash available. Call Roma's at 279-1295.
Put the reliability of the Great Plains Kubota family to work for you. Visit any of our local dealerships to see how we can serve your equipment needs.
Keep your Kubota running at peak performance with routine maintenance from Great Plains Kubota. With the parts and service you trust, Great Plains Kubota will keep your Kubota equipment running like the day you brought it home.
Visit a Great Plains Kubota for Kubota sales, service, parts, and rentals, or visit us online at GreatPlainsKubota.com. That's GreatPlainsKubota.com.
Come by Finn Ford Lincoln of Ada, where we'll be getting you ready for the holidays by giving top dollar for trades. Isn't that right, Turkey? That is right. The car market's still crazy and we need your trades.
So come trade up. Now's the perfect time. Wait, what's that?
He's filling in for you and doing a great job.
He's a turkey.
Don't forget to tell him Morgan sent ya. Finn Ford Lincoln of Ada is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FinnFord.com and FinnLincoln.com.
Ada Cougar Football, presented by the Chickasaw Nation, along with First United Bank, Ada Nissan, CTS, T&W Tire, Wild Rose Place, Carter County Dodge and Hyundai, Vision Bank, Roma Italian Restaurant, Laser Zone, Hilltop Dodge, Simmons Bank, Great Plains Kubota, State Farm Agent Don Carpenter, and Fenton Ford.
Welcome back to Broken Bow Memorial Stadium. You can see the team captain standing at midfield. We get ready to kick it off here this afternoon on a beautiful day. The game time temperature going to be right about 60 degrees. Senior Darius Gilmore, senior Andrew Hughes, and senior Cooper Patterson, the Cougar captains in their white uniforms and the maroon numerals. And it's going to be Zach O'Donnell, number 72, captain. Also number 51 out there for Broken Bow is Trenton Davis, and number 6, Mark Martin. The three captains here on Senior Day for the Broken Bow Savages. I think I called them the Tigers earlier. I don't know where that came from, but Broken Arrow. Yeah, we was talking about Broken Arrow, Jeff, all the way up here. I think all these names mixed up. But the Savages here.
Looks like they won the toss, Kenny.
Yep. So Broken Bow has won the toss.
Going to go east to west.
Yeah, west is to our left.
Actually, west to east.
So Broken Bow has won the toss. They have deferred. Cougars will receive and go from east to west to start this game here this afternoon from Memorial Stadium. Again, just to recap, a lot on the line here this afternoon. The Cougars already a 6-win season, trying to notch win number 7. Missed the postseason a year ago, 2 years ago in the postseason. A win over Elk City in the first round and did not get to play the game against Clinton. So Cougars, they know they're going to Wagner or going to Cushing. And it's going to depend if we win or lose here this afternoon as the Cougars, for the final time in the regular season, holding Old Glory on the far side, getting ready to take the field here at Memorial Stadium.
And just a final message, the Cougars as a broadcast team, we would much rather go to Wagner. We don't even know what their situation is for a visiting broadcast, but Cushing requires a generator and some wood.
Here come your Cougars. Pretty good Ada crowd made the trip down here on this Saturday afternoon. We're running parallel with East Central Arkansas Monticello over on 105.5. We're running parallel with Oklahoma and Baylor in Norman this afternoon. Oklahoma State's playing Kansas. There's a lot going on, but the Cougars here ready to compete. So, we hope not to have a generator we have to drop to the bottom and set outside next week. We hope we're in Wagner.
I will try not to give out Oklahoma updates in case those are DVRing. I'm sure they would rather listen to us than whoever's doing the national broadcast for OU. Actually, I think it's on ESPN Plus today, so it's a streaming broadcast anyway. So, but I will not ruin it for those that are possibly recording.
All right, let's go ahead and set that Cougar offense. They will be on the field first this afternoon. Again, some changes up front with Isaiah Hayden not available this week. Left tackle is number 62. He normally wears number 34, but he moved to 62 for the offensive line. Cord Coffey, a junior. The left guard will be sophomore Cale Fuller. The center, senior Caden Balthrop. The right guard is sophomore Makir Sanusi. And the right tackle will be freshman Dawson Matthews. That's the guys up front for your Ada Cougars. The wide receivers, Jack Morris having a great senior campaign. Andrew Hughes slips into the Z here this afternoon. Andrew can play about any of the positions out there. And then Case Stafford, the X this afternoon, starts at a wide receiver position. In the backfield, the sniffer back for the Cougars will be senior Caden Gallagher. The tailback will be Darius Gilmore, as Darius has logged the football this season for 540 yards, and the quarterback is Carter Freeland. Last week had a tough outing, but had a great season, 16 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Carter, the senior, that's the Cougar starting offense.
For those of you wondering why Cord switched numbers, you are required to wear a number beginning in the 50s, 60s, or 70s if you play offensive line. Another reason earlier in the year, Wyatt Kilgore was wearing a different number than what he wore, but they put 51 on him so he could also play on the offensive line if needed. Just one of those rules.
Mr. Information, Trey Kinley.
Useless information.
No, sometimes we have a listener that says it's okay.
Every once in a while.
You got some good info. We appreciate you
Only
very much.
our listeners that are hard of hearing. They're the only ones that appreciate what I say.
Well, I'm one of them, so I'm kind of hard of hearing, so I must appreciate it.
I didn't say hard-headed. I said hard of hearing.
Well, I'm kind of both.
Yeah.
Game time weather conditions at 2 o'clock as Broken Bow, the Savages, take the field below. 59 degrees, a south wind at 7 miles per hour on a rare Saturday afternoon high school football game. Ada and Broken Bow, 10th all-time meeting. Cougars have won 6, lost 3 in this series.
There went my trivia question. Not really.
Almost gave it away. Should I give anything else out?
No, you're good. Just leave it at that.
That's the all-time series. So the between these two teams, between Ada and Broken Bow, as they renew.
Only 2 district games that I can find. There was some early games. I'm not sure if they were district or non-district, but 86 and 87 were the last 2 district games.
Broken Bow will kick off. They've got a really strong-legged kicker, number 80, A.Z. Zaragoza. Although he doesn't kick it deep on kickoffs. It's very similar to the way the Cougars kick it off. He'll try to spot it somewhere down around the 20-25 yard line on that high kick and see if the Cougars are aware of that. Have up guys. You got Hughes at the 20-yard line on one side.
Yeah, we went to a single deep man.
And that's Darius Gilmore back there. And then you got Jack Morris over here on the left side. So they put it on the tee from the 40, and the final regular season game's underway. There's that high, deep kick, fair catch, pretty good field position. Hughes, 27-yard line. Cougars set up shop, and let's see if we can get this first series off and rolling better than we did a week ago.
Yeah, that really kind of set the tone for the game last week. One thing I look for improvement on is pre-snap penalties. I know there was some issues, and we talked to Coach about it last week, of duplicating snap counts going on quite a bit for us.
3-4 defense by Broken Bow.
I think 88's the man to watch, that left end.
6'2", 270, Leland Billy. He's a good one. If the Cougars come out.
Tight end, George Maddox in.
Yep, so George does start a tight formation with twins to the right. Ball on the right hash mark if there was a right hash mark. Gilmore running left, trying to cut back inside. He's brought down to the backfield as he was hit by Aiden Coley.
Looks like Day-Day may have been able to bounce that one outside. It's hard for me to tell, but I was surprised he didn't bounce it to the left there.
Coley, an inside linebacker, as Day-Day was dancing with the basketball and actually going to end up losing it because they had the line of scrimmage actually up at the 29. Thought a pretty generous spot on the kick, so actually goes for a 2-yard loss. Trey back to the 27. We got to guess. There's no hashes on the field.
There is. They're just on the.
There you go.
Single.
Deep handoff to Gilmore again, and not much. And there's Billy in there amongst others as the Cougars come out and try to run the football against this 3-4 Broken Bow Savage defense, and they go backwards on 2 plays. That one actually, back another yard. So 2 carries. They go back 3 yards from the 29 to the 26. 3rd and 13 for the Cougars. Opening possession, moving from east to west.
Try to loosen up the defense, I assume. We'll see.
On 3rd down, we'll bring Hughes to the left side. Again, a tight formation. Receivers split left and right. Freeland takes the snap. 1-on-1 for Andrew. Going to throw for him downfield. Trying to get behind the defense. Can't get to it. Pretty good thrown ball. Just barely overthrown as Hughes trying to get past number 28, Hayden Heifel, on the boundary on the near side. Incomplete. And the Cougars go 3 and out on their first possession.
Yeah, that was a good route, good throw, good coverage. Can't hang your head on that. You just got to try to be more positive yardage on 1st and 2nd down to not get in that type of hole.
Andrew Hughes will punt. Standing at his 10, Whitfield deep to return for Broken Bow. Low snap. Hughes gets it. Going to have to run. He's in trouble. Trying to get away. He does breaks the tackle at the 20, 25, 30, 35. Didn't get there. Oh, Hughes about turned it into a first down. They're going to mark him out at the 35 after a low snap, Trey. So he got from 9 yards officially, but now Broken Bow starts at the 8 of 35.
Yeah, bad snap, and sometimes you can get away with one if it pops back up to you, but it didn't look like it did there. And then Andrew made the right decision and almost made a chicken salad out of chicken something else, as my Matt Pinto of the Thunder likes to say.
The Cougar defense, as they were last week, Trey, in the first quarter, going to be called on here. We'll set that lineup in just a moment. 3-4 defense. Brumley as they empty set, and the Cougars have jumped on a pre-snap penalty on the very first play.
That's just a concentration, especially when you are right over the ball like that. But as we all know, JB really jumps the snap count, and I've asked Coach about that. And you give him a couple of those, and then you – because of what you get with the quick jump.
Brumley, the quarterback, you got 5 wide, man in motion. Brumley going to keep it up the middle, and he's tripped up, but he lunges forward for 5. Either Maddox or one of the Cougars or Coyle got him around the ankle, but he got 5 to the 25. 2nd down and 5, or make it 1st down because there's a penalty.
It's like Reed Sampson's getting the start here over our depth chart said Xander, but Reed got the start.
We'll set the defense. There's a quick out to the wide receiver. There's Sampson making a nice tackle on Martin on the near side, one of the captains. But that's a good job by Reed Sampson on just a quick out to the wide receiver. He got 3 down to the 22.
We're in a dime package here. We've got only 3 linebackers on the. I'm sorry, we don't have a jack linebacker. We've got 2 stars.
2 down linemen gets what? Kilgore,
yep,
Coyle.
And KK is lined up, standing up is the kind of the right end.
Brumley back in the pocket, flush, steps up, got some little bit of running room, and is inside the 15-yard line.
Jack Morris, and couldn't tell who the other one was.
They mark him at the 13. They're going to give him a 1st down. Savages took over after the Ada couldn't get a punt off. They handed off to the running back Rogers. Kilgore's got a hold of him, and a flag comes in as Kilgore had a hold of Rogers. And they got maybe a yard to the 12, but some laundry on the field. Holding against Broken Bow will push him back. 2 1st downs on this initial drive by Broken Bow after the Cougars turned it over on downs, and Broken Bow started this drive at the 8 to 35-yard line. They mark it back to the 23. After the hold, they need to reach the 8. 1st and 15. Again, we'll set the rest of the Cougar defense as Broken Bow plays fast. Low snap for Brumley. Going to run it right up the middle. Cuts creases to the outside. And
Xander and Fisher in
brought
on the
down
tackle
to 15. So, yeah, so you got Rhines and Marr. A couple of the linebackers, but they'll go fast again at the 15, 2nd and 7. Colton Carlock at the safety position. Who's back there with him? Is that Andrew? The back of the pack there. Then you got Stafford at one corner, Deontay Lindsay.
We got a regular defense in now out of the dime. Carter checked in So you've got Carter and KK at the outside linebackers, Fisher and George in the middle.
From the 15, 8 on the last play by the quarterback Brumley. He's going to run it again. That's how the Cougars got him. They had him spied, and you got Carter Kinley all over him, Fisher Marr, George Maddox, a host of Cougars in there. Looks like Cord Coffee in there as well, and they go backwards. And we knew we'd have a heavy dose of this quarterback, and that time the Cougars well to the challenge, dropping back at the 16.
We're missing somebody on the field. There we go. Kilgore comes back in.
Third down at the 16. They have to reach the 4, it looks like. Brumley back to pass from the gun. Steps up plenty of time. Throws toward the end zone. Got a man, but he overthrew him. He got behind Rhines over there up near the right pylon. Looked like it was Carl Cooks, but an incomplete pass. And the Cougar defense has done their job after they inherited a short field tray.
Yeah, and they got a good kicker, so I'm not surprised to see a field goal here. I think he hit a 40-yarder. Is that what you said last week?
Long of the year has been 40 against Hilldale earlier this year. They'll place it at the 23-yard line, the best we can tell. Again, there's no yard line hashes out here in this field. So a 33-yard field goal. Jace Roberts will put it on the natural grass at that position. A low snap. Kicks up, going to miss it. Wide left. Cougars defense stands up big early and holds Rochambeau after the offense gave it up. And the Cougars will get back on the field. And that's a win right there.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great job by the defense coming out and picking up their offense.
So a missed field goal from about 32. Now let's see if this Ada offense can kind of find some rhythm. This is a rhythm offense, Trey, and sometimes it's just finding that play call rhythm. Ball will be placed at the 20-yard line and kind of last week never got into that rhythm, didn't in the first possession here, just trying to find what the defense is going to give them, try to exploit that.
Completely different formation here. You got 3 wide right.
Ball in the middle of the field. Gilmore besides Freeland from the gun. 2-step drop, looks right. Flushed up the middle, steps up. Now throws short, and it's incomplete. No one open downfield. Tried to come back to Andrew Hughes at the 25-yard line. Pass goes incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. The Cougars, I don't think, took any snaps this week out of that wing tee. I was talking to Coach Osteen off the air during our interview this week, and just kind of now that game could have changed. That's when we had the sloppy conditions, and they had a couple different game plans, and they kind of integrated those now. But so far, they haven't seen that. They'll bring trips to the left, the boundary side this time. Freedom from the gun with Gilmore beside him, looking for shoulder fake, finds Case, 30. Good catch, 32-yard line to Case Stafford. Cougar first down. Used the shoulder fake to Gallagher, and then found Case Stafford at the 32 and a Cougar first down.
Great job there by Case running her out and then making the catch and getting upfield and getting the first down.
Cougars' initial first down of the game. They average on the season first downs right at 20 per contest, 18.4. They were over 20 until last week. Again, trips to the right side this time. Freeland again from the shotgun. Going to throw it. 2-step drop. Quick hit. Andrew got it across the 35. Forward progress should take him to the 36. He got 4. Andrew just from that Z position just kind of set down inside the linebackers and got 4.
Got a heavy set coming in here. Anytime for you guys watching, anytime you see George come on the field, it's more than likely a heavy set because he's going to play that tight end. He's really the only tight end we have today because Cord has moved down to tackle.
2nd down, ball at the 36-yard line. Cougars need.
Carlock also checked in, Colton Carlock at the tailback position.
Right at 6. They're under center for the first time. Carlock, the single setback is met before he could almost get the football. Someone didn't block Aiden Coley as Carlock took it and almost took the handoff.
Yeah, that was kind of scary.
I mean, he shot through. They're going to give him a nice mark to the 33 on some forward progress.
Yeah, he's the middle linebacker and walked up and just timed it just perfect and ran right in between our guard. And we were pulling the guard coming out to the left, and he filled a hole there that was there.
3rd and 9 from the 33. Cougars had it going for a moment. Now behind the change with trip receivers to the right. Freeland waits in the gun. Takes it, two-step drop. Steps up, flushed, and sacked. Really won't go for a sack. Lunges forward for about a yard, maybe a yard, about the line of scrimmage as he was brought down. So we'll call it just no gain at the 33.
Yeah, initially had a little bit of time, but it disappeared pretty quick.
Leland Billy, the guy we've talked about, where they're forced defensively, one of their leaders, made the tackle. Andrew Hughes again back in punt formation. Didn't get the first punt off. This time a high kick, but not returnable. It'll bounce at the 40. Take a Cougar bounce inside the 35 and go dead at the 33-yard line. Alexander Rhines down there to put it down to the 33-yard line. 34 yards, right at Andrews' average for the year, no return.
At least flipped the field a little bit there, which gives the defense a little bit of breathing room. But hopefully we can get a 3-and-out here and get a punt back.
4:53 to play here in the quarter. The ball again rests at the 33. Second Cougar possession defensively. Again, the guys are up front. Wyatt Kilgore, J.B. Coyle, Caden Gallagher. Got the more than nickel
Just
set in again.
A dime package.
Dime package, okay. That 5 wide formation for the most part. They got 4 this time, but 3 left, 1 right. Brumley back to pass, has time, steps up, throws deep down the middle of the field. Andrew back at the safety, almost had it. The offensive player.
I think he tipped it.
Yeah, Kyron Whitfield had to play defender as Brumley threw it downfield, incomplete.
Something, Kenny, we talked about on the way down here, the interceptions. You can see if that's how he throws the ball, where they can come from, because that was kind of just a heave. And if that's how they throw the ball, then I welcome it.
I like our athletes out there to challenge for it. Trips to the right, single to the left, 4 deployed. Rogers, the single setback, stands right beside the quarterback, Brumley. Takes the snap, going to hand it off to Rogers. He's leveled. Oh, Caden Gallagher got him high. Let's see who got him low. Getting up down there, Wyatt Kilgore had him low, and Caden finished him off. Nothing on the play to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, great job there. High-low action with Caden and Kilgore.
Cougars coming out, playing physical. They knew they have to be. Just come out and play hard-nosed football this afternoon.
It looked like on the play before that, maybe one of our middle linebackers, it looked like Fisher on that play, is kind of spying on the quarterback too, because you talked about his running ability. So Fisher kind of stayed level with him on the field.
3rd and 11. They give him a yard loss. Brumley back to pass, steps up in the pocket, fires down the middle of the field. Got a man right through his hands, and he caught it on the bobble. Oh, Carl Cooks got open. He bobbled it and then caught it as his helmet comes off. And out the Ada 25-yard line. Big play.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
43 yards to the Ada 25. So Broken Bow, they're the type of team, they're going to make some plays like that. That's what they do, and that was just a nice catch. Cougars were back in coverage, maybe a step behind, but still there where it made Cooks bobble it. Option play coming right. They pitch it to Rogers, got some grass. 25-20, runs over Stafford and lunges to the 15 before Fisher-Mora gets him.
Case did a good job, though. I mean, he did get run over, but he slowed him down. If he doesn't at least make contact with the kid, he's still running. So kudos to Case there. I know that's probably one he's not going to want to watch on film, but he did his job. He slowed the guy down.
Going to mark it just outside the 15, inside the 16. They need to reach the 15 for the first down. The officials are going to eyeball it. They may bring the chains across, and they will.
It's hard when, like you said, it's not the hashes that aren't there. It's the yard lines.
The yard lines. Yeah, there's no yard lines, and it does make it hard. You got to.
I have no idea how you do that. How do you stat a game? How do you? Yeah, Jeff. How many yards do they have, Jeff? You just round up or down. It's either a 5 or a 0.
They'll bring the change from the north side of the stadium where the Ada crowd is sitting this afternoon. This field running from west to east. Right now, Broken Bow moving west to east, the Savages. Let's see if he got a first down on that option play. They're going to stretch the markers. If it is, they'll officially be the 15-yard line and 1st and 10, or the 16 and 2nd and 1. They stretch him out, and by about 2 inches, it's 2nd, and so you got to give him 9. So it's 2nd down and a yard, and they'll say the ball at the 16-yard line. First quarter from Broken Bow, 3:21 to play. The Cougars have had it twice. have managed 1 first down. Broken Bow has 3 first downs here on their second possession. Missed a field goal after the Cougar offense gave them a short field on a bad snap on a punt that Andrew Hughes almost turned into a first down. But the Cougar defense held, had them backs against the wall a moment ago before a 43-yard pass play to Cooks, Carl Cooks, down the middle of the field from quarterback Brumley.
I look for a pass here.
Second and 1
is the ideal time as an OC to take a shot because you feel like you can always come back and get, a few feet.
You look at Brumley, he's a big quarterback.
Yeah, he's thick.
He's got some size, hard to bring down. He'll walk out of the shotgun. Rogers to his left, and there's a jump. Broken Bow jumped off sides. The Cougars anticipated the count. Looked like George Maddox kind of, from the linebacker position, jumped up in there, and it caused the Broken Bow team to move a little bit. They're going to say it's against Ada?
Give it us, yeah.
Did
we just got called for what never got called for last week. George is going up to the line of scrimmage, telling his defensive linemen, clapping to get their attention, and that's their snap count, so they're going to say that we induced a snap.
Yep, call it against Ada. Yeah, let's be consistent across the state on these calls. So that'll move the football to the 11-yard line and a first down via penalty.
That's frustrating after how many times it happened last week against us.
They start the clock. They wind it. Ball just outside the 10. They can reach about the half-yard line for a first down. They got 3 receivers left, a single to the boundary side of the right side. Brumley hands it off inside to Rogers, and he's into the end zone. Just a read play, and it opened up big-time, Trey, up the middle. The blocking was great up front by Broken Bow, and Rogers goes 11 yards for the Broken Bow touchdown.
Yeah, we were in that dime set still, and there was literally 3 offensive linemen on Fisher because we don't have any defensive linemen in to keep them from getting to the second level.
So a 67-yard drive. It culminated on the 11-yard touchdown run at the 2:57 mark by Rogers.
Swinging gate of sorts.
Extra point by Zaragoza. The ball is down. The kick is up in good shape, and it's through. And Broken Bow strikes first here in the first quarter. Broken Bow leads your Ada Cougars 7-0. You're listening and watching Ada Cougars live at KADARadio.net.
I was surprised.
I was definitely surprised.
Yep, we had no idea. Totally surprised.
Can you say jaw drop?
Who knew? State Farm, with these great rates?
The surprise everyone's talking about is the surprisingly great rates for home and auto insurance from State Farm, especially when you combine them.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Don Carpenter, your State Farm agent in Ada for over 44 years today.
Welcome back to Broken Bow Memorial Stadium. 5 plays, 67 yards. The big play on the drive, Trey, on a third down was the 43-yard pass play from Brumley to Carl Cooks. 11-yard touchdown by Rogers. Extra point by Zaragoza. Broken Bow strikes first. Cougars need to respond.
Yeah, the defense did a good job on that first drive and really has done a good job except for 2 plays, the long pass and then that run there.
Just got outnumbered, like you said, on the run. Yep. They caught him in that dime, and there's a high short kick. Andrew going to come up, catch it at the 31, 40, 45. Andrew Hughes down the boundary, 40, 35, 30. End zone is in his future. Touchdown! Ada Cougars. Andrew Hughes electric as he caught the short kick. Got past the first wave, heads to the end zone, somewhere around 67 yards. We'll look back at the replay, but Andrew Hughes to the end zone, and the Cougars have answered the Broken Bow Savages.
I was going to talk to Andrew, honestly, because I thought he had time to do that on the first kick, and I was going to ask him, hey, are they, most of the time our upbacks call a fair catch, and technically he's an upback, and I was going to ask him, was that required? And obviously not, or the coaches saw something too where he could catch it in motion.
They can get quite enough air under it, did the kicker on that one, and Hughes burns him. The first kick return for a touchdown that was not called back this year by the Cougars. They had 3 prior. Caden Mitchell, trying to get everybody on the field, will put up the extra point. It's Owen Wofford the snap. Places down. Mitchell's been great this year. Gallagher put it down, and Mitchell boots it through. Caden Mitchell.
No, he boots it out of the stadium.
Yeah, he had his leg into it. How about the Cougars on a huge touchdown? 7-7. This is Cougar football streaming at KADARadio.net.
A strong defense, an aggressive offense, and ability to make the big plays. That's Vision Bank and the Ada Cougars. From the first kickoff to the final buzzer, the Cougars keep on working for excellence, and so does Vision Bank. From your first savings and checking account, your first car, your first home, all the way through to retirement, Vision Bank strives for your financial success. Ada Cougar football and Vision Bank, a winning combination. See the difference with Vision Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 402156.
2:52 to play. The Cougars didn't take long. A 69-yard kickoff return by Andrew Hughes. Now the right sideline in front of the Ada bench. That's a thing of beauty. Mitchell's extra point banged it through, and the Cougars have responded and tied Broken Bow at 7. That is a big play, my friends.
Yeah, that was cool. And like I said, I noticed it on the first kickoff that he seemed to have some room.
Fair catch on this kickoff by Mitchell at the 36-yard line by one of the upbacks. Looks like Max Rupp, and that's where Broken Bow will take over. 1st and 10 from the 36.
Man, it's good to get one in the end zone after last week, have a positive play. Just, I don't want to say a relief, but a burden released off your shoulders maybe, just to cross that goal line.
You know, officially they say it took Andrew 5 seconds to catch it from the 31 and get to the end zone. The 5 seconds elapsed off the clock, but he had the burners on.
Interesting.
Yeah, down the boundary.
Well, that's probably right because you're not supposed to start the clock until he touches it. And we noticed last week where we did it a little early.
Quarterback keeps after the fake up the middle. Nice.
Reed Sampson with a good tackle.
Hid the football. Yeah, Sampson on the far side in front of the Ada bench. But a good run by Brumley up to the 3-yard line?
Ish. I'm going to say 44.
8 yards in.
I have no idea. It's between the 40 and the 45.
That's about it. 2nd down, a long 2, short 3. Brumley has 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Fakes to Rogers, throws out the fly ball. Case Stafford. What timing? Levels Carl Cooks. Oh, baby. At the 42-yard line, Cooks caught it, and then he got fried as Stafford lights him up.
My young Jedi, is it better to initiate contact or receive contact? Because he's been in both situations. My young grasshopper. I shouldn't say Jedi because I'm not one myself. I'll call him a grasshopper.
He lost a yard on the play. Had to time it perfectly, and he did. 3rd down. They need to reach the 46. We'll call it 3. See if the Cougars can get off the field. They stack trips to the boundary side. One-on-one coverage wide left. Lindsey has the coverage. Brumley back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Throws to a man over the middle. Caught. Mark Martin sliding down at the Cougar 46. Got 11 and a 1st down.
We need to. You're kind of a catch-22. You're dropping a lot of kids in coverage, but he's giving him all day to throw. So we need to somehow either get pressure with the ones we have or blitz maybe, send somebody else.
21 sacks on the year for the Cougars. They've been pretty good, over 2 per game through 9 contests. From the 46, Cougars have, again, 2 down linemen. George up near the line of scrimmage on the left side. He's going to come now back into cover. They throw it over the middle, and it's overthrown, intended for Carl Cooks on a quick slant. They're just trying to find the seams in the grass inside the Cougar secondary. That time, Brumley overthrew him.
He had the guy out wide there, man. He had him on that play, but one of those things where he had somebody coming at him too, so he had to get rid of it.
George showed blitz and then backed off into shallow coverage. Just see what we do this time. 3 up front. See if we cover 8. Shotgun, twins left and right. We'll bring 4. Brumley into the pocket, throws it. Knocked down by Maddox, dropping back in coverage. Good job by Maddox, that left hand. Well, you brought 4, and you dropped your linebackers back in coverage. You try to take away the underneath stuff, and George was all over it.
George is kicking himself because he knows he had a chance to catch it instead of just knocking it down.
Gilmore is out.
Jack checks in for him. Both play the same position, bring a little bit more height in.
On 3rd down or long, you got to watch the quarterback. Almost got to spy him out from out there. You got to make sure you contain him here. You got twins receivers stacked to the right side. Brumley back to pass. At the 50, Chase
Fisher.
caught. Fisher got him. Oh, there he came. Fisher Moore found a gap. Caden Gallagher helped finish him off back at the 48. The Cougars' 22nd sack of the year as they drop Brumley down. There's your defense getting the stop.
Yeah, great job there by Fisher. We brought somebody extra is what we did. So we've been lining 3 up. KK playing not down, but playing that right defensive end position as the linebacker. And that's how you can tell if we're in the dime, is if KK's on the line. If we're in a regular defense, then he's going to be outside somebody else.
22 seconds and counting. Punt formation. Low snap. Zaragoza gets his foot into it. Hughes going to let it bounce at the 15, and it's going to roll down inside the Cougar 10-yard line at the 5. That's where it goes dead, and with 6 seconds to play in the quarter. So a good punt down to the 5. After being sacked back to the 48-yard line, 43 yards, no return.
Yeah, that's one of those. Andrew made the right call there. It wasn't a very long kick, so they had coverage there. Maybe you call a fair catch, but it's one of those in-between areas, and they happen to get a good bounce.
So at their own 5, this should be the last play of the quarter. It's a good first quarter. Ada has struck on special teams, and Andrew Hughes, 69-yard kickoff return after Broken Bow scored. Tied the game at 7. Now the Ada defense has thrown up the stop sign, stopped the Savages, and they start 1st and 10 at the east end of the stadium. Freeland waiting for the snap from Balthrop, and they try to go to Darius, and didn't have much room, but we got a false start by the Cougars. A pre-snap penalty will mark it back to the 2.5-yard line.
I didn't see what happened there. He's talking to Jack like he now, technically, shouldn't there still be 6 seconds on the clock?
Should be on the pre-snap. It's 4 point. We've seen some strange things.
I don't understand.
And if they wind it right now, that would be another one of those.
Yeah.
So they mark the ball back about the 2-yard line. The Cougars behind the chains deep. Don't make mistakes here. They got twin receivers right, a single Jack Morris in the slot to the left. Freeland out past to Morris, catches at the 5, then is drugged down, but got a little room.
Good.
At the 7. Brumley came over to the top to finish him off, but the initial tackle was number 28, Hayden Heifel. That ends your quarter. Takes the Cougars out to the 8-yard line, though. That 1 quarter in the books. What's on the line? 3rd place finish in the district. Final regular season game. Cougars and the Savages tied at 7. This is Cougar football streaming at KADARadio.net.
2 miles east of Ada, Wild Rose Place is the perfect venue for your special event. Their 5,600 square foot facility includes 2 large indoor event areas, full kitchen, bride suite, groom's dressing room, and outdoor event area. Wild Rose Place is the perfect place for your wedding, prom, family gathering, or corporate meeting. You can rent the facility or have it decorated with one of their customizable decorating packages. Visit wildroseplace.net and let Wild Rose Place make your event unforgettable. That's wildroseplace.net.
Welcome back. Broken Bow Memorial Stadium. Ada and Broken Bow in a 7-7 tie at the end of the first quarter. Cougars on that last play before the end of the quarter at least got a little bit of breathing room, and that little quick out to Jack got them out to the 7. They'll face 2nd and 8 as the Cougar offense not really in stride yet. They had 1 first down in the quarter, but their special teams electrified the crowd and got them going with that 69-yard touchdown on the kickoff return by senior Andrew Hughes.
Yeah, I think we like what we're seeing offensively. Seems that we have maybe picked up on something. I'll bring it up later if I'm right.
What if you're wrong? You going to bring it up?
No.
2nd down and 8 from the 7. Cougars huddled around head coach Brad Osteen on the far side. This Broken Bow defense, again, gives up well over 20 points a game on the season. They've got some. They give up 24.2. They'll give up some plays, but there's games they've been pretty solid. Especially the Broken Bow game. 84 yards of offense in the first quarter by Broken Bow. 17 for Ada, says Jeff Cowley. We appreciate Jeff. 2nd down. Cougars send 2 receivers to the near side of the right side of the ball.
They're going to call a false start. We leaned forward a little bit, but it was on their whistle. That's what's unfortunate.
So we got a little breathing room to the 7.
No, they're waving it off for that very reason. we were set, and they blew the whistle to go, and he kind of stood up. I think it was McKeer there at the right guard.
Again, the Cougars up front this afternoon. Cord Coffey, Cale Fuller, Caden Balthrop, McKeer Sanusi, Dawson Matthews left to right. Shotgun, play action, slant, caught. First down. Andrew still battling.
No, that's Jack. Sorry.
Takes 3 or 4 receivers to get Morris down, but a Cougar first down across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Looked like one of the linebackers, really a good one. Quinlan Bailey got him, but the Cougars found a little spot in there and got out to the 18-yard line. And that's 11 yards and a Cougar first down.
I'm going to go ahead and say what I was not going to say, but it appears they're not pressing our receivers like Poto did last week. So these short passes are open. They're playing off a couple yards.
Jack called that one in his second of the game. He has 35 receptions for the season. Here's a pass again to Hughes on a slant, catches it, run after the catch, and he's surrounded by about 5 Savages, but he got 4 more to the 21. Again, they're playing off. Andrew just slid inside, made the catch.
Well, they're playing up on us, but their first step is backwards is what it's doing. Last week they were really jamming us at the line, and if you don't have real good protection, your receivers have got to get off quicker, and they're not pressing us on the line.
Second and 7. Got to watch Leland Billy on that left side. He's one of their best defenders.
Yeah, I saw him down on the field warming up. He's a big boy.
Dylan Kissy, another big guy, plays the nose. 3-4 defense for Broken Bow. Again, out of the gun, Freeland. 2-step drop, flush, quickly steps up, looking downfield, throws a quick one, and almost intercepted. Tried to get it to Hughes, and it was knocked down by Carl Cooks.
Had Jack open over the middle, but had already committed to Andrew.
This drive has been semi-successful already when you start 1st and 10 from your own 2. They've moved the ball out to the 21-yard line.
Like I said, I think they're seeing some things that they like offensively. So that's encouraging for the rest of the game.
They face a 3rd and 7. Jack Morris is out. Reed Sampson brings in the play from the Cougar sideline. Sampson goes wide left along with Cooper Patterson and Fisher Marr. Single receiver to the near side is Andrew. They look for him on an out pattern. He got it at the 29, and I think he's got the first down marker.
Way to fight, Andrew.
He went right to the marker as he turned it against Carl Cooks, and that's a Cougar first down. Knew right. That's a senior. And knew right where the marker was, Trey, and they're going to mark him right up at the 30 and a first down. He got 9.
Yeah, he ran about a yard past the marker and then curls it up and then didn't retreat. You know, on that first time he caught the ball on this drive or in that set of downs, he retreated to try to gain yardage. He knew he couldn't do that there. He's got to stick where he's at.
Cougars' second first down on this drive, 3rd in the game. This drive started at their own 2 after the first down penalty. Handed off to Gilmore, has a crease for a moment, bust outside, 35, strong line, 40, 45, 50, Day off to the races, 40, 35, cuts back inside 30, 27-yard line, a big-time run by the senior Gilmore. Cooks brought him down along with Brumley, but Darius Gilmore from his own 30 shattered tacklers all the way to the 25-yard line, a 45-yard jaunt, and a Cougar first down.
So we came out in this game trying to establish the run to set up the pass. They're not jamming our receivers, so what do? We start throwing it to them to get the quick passes, and then you've set up the pass, or, use the pass to set up the run. We couldn't do that last week because we were getting jammed at the line. That's the difference.
First down from the 45. Freeland waits, takes the snap. Carlock in the game, stays in the block. They throw it for Andrew, and he slipped as he was tied up with the receiver, Cooks. They may get interference on someone out here as Hughes and Cooks stopped about the same time. And, I don't know who they're going to call that on. Probably just should have been maybe a no call either way.
Tangled more than anything.
They tangled up out there around the 10-yard line.
But I'll take it.
They're going to call it.
No, I won't. They're going to call it on Andrew.
I'm afraid of that down there at the 15. I mean, that ball, as Andrew went down, got his feet tied up with Cooks, and it'll be Cougars going back 10 yards.
Interesting. Didn't see that. But you also gave me this spot here where I'm looking through a windshield that drove through a bug storm or something.
15-yard penalty. I said 10. It moves it back to the 40-yard line. Well, you have better eyes than me. So pass interference. So a drive that got down to the 25 now gets you behind the chains, Trey, at 1st and 25 from the 40. But you got 3 downs to get it.
I'm sorry, but that was a bad call.
Stay in rhythm. Yeah, that was a no call. Either way, offense or defense.
Jack.
Freeland back throwing deep. Jack's behind the defense. There's an interference. Got to call that one. Jack got tripped up.
Are you kidding me?
My goodness, he swallows the flag. What in the world? Jack Morris got tripped going for the football at the 5-yard line. My good. Now a penalty against Ada sideline because they call the officials on the spot for choking that call. That was terrible.
Wow. Especially a play after you just called one with even less contact.
That was a unsportsmanlike against the Cougar. That's unfortunate. No, just a warning. So an incomplete pass, but we'll look at it again.
I'm going to walk it back a little bit. Their feet did get tangled, but he's pushing on him too. So, and he's got his arms around him, holding his arm back, and then trips him with his feet. They won't call the feet, and that's what it is. But his arms were around him.
2nd and 25 from the 40. Cougars have Freeland.
Xander Rhines in the backfield.
Hands it off to Xander up the middle, and he has nowhere to go. Leland Billy swallowed him up. The big guy came crashing down from the left defensive end and swallows up Xander for no gain. So the ball stays at the 40-yard line.
But my complaint is it was the same thing happened on back-to-back plays. One of them they call a penalty on us. The second one they swallow the flag.
Yep.
Just be consistent.
And the thing is, he had him beat by a step.
Yeah.
The first time they were just both in the same spot.
Yeah.
And got to fight through it. Twin receivers to the right. Freeland back to pass. Looking, got Cooper in the slot. They go through a screen to Gilmore. Got some room for a moment. Jitterbugs to the 33. Good open field tackle.
I think you go for it here.
Pretty nice play. Got him down to the 33. Got 7. They need 18. You got them.
I mean,
kind of. Yeah, you're in between. I mean, you punt it and take a chance going into the end zone, or
you're going to let the clock run down. Maybe talk about it a little bit.
7:55 and counting. Play clock at 15. The Cougars huddle. The ball at the Broken Bow 33. Tie game at 7. Second quarter. The winner finishes 3rd in district. Goes to Wagner next week in the playoffs at 7:30. The loser finishes 4th in district and goes to the number 1 team in the state, Cushing. Timeout, Ada. 7:39 to play. We'll take 1-2. Second quarter, Ada and Broken Bow knotted at 7. This is Cougar football streaming at KADAradio.net.
Hello, I'm Keith Fraser, store manager at T&W Tire, 500 East Main here in Ada.
And I'm Jamie. We would like to remind you if you have any tire needs, whether it be farm, ranch, tractor trailer, or your personal vehicle, we could help you pick out the right tire for you. We also offer 24-hour roadside service and can change your oil, put on brakes, shocks, or align your front end.
We are your authorized Michelin tire dealer with dozens of other tire brands available. T&W Tire, not just a tire store, but a whole lot more.
Call 332-5145.
Welcome back to Broken Bow Memorial Stadium. Good football game here on a Saturday afternoon. This one of, I think, we could count 2 games in the state of Oklahoma today. Everything played mainly Thursday night, a few on Friday because of the inclement weather. Ada, their best sustained drive. Their only touchdown came on a 69-yard kickoff return by Andrew Hughes. This drive started at the 5 tray, went backwards to the 2 on a penalty on first down, but they've had the ball for 5 minutes and 27 seconds. They face a 4th down now and about 17 at the 33. They need to reach the 15, so about 17, 18 yards, and they're going to go for it here in Broken Bow territory. Twin receivers either side. To the near side, you got Patterson and Stafford.
Andrew and Jack on the far side.
Freedom
together.
Back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Billy chasing. Runs, throws deep downfield toward the end zone. He's tripped up, and they're going to throw a flag there. Nope, not going to throw it again. Whitfield was on the backside of Andrew Hughes. Looked like he tripped him in the end zone. And Andrew, looking at the official, saying, we'll wait and watch the replay before I comment on that one. But again, feet tangled up, incomplete. Broken Bow takes over.
I think it was it Andrew or Jack. It looked like Jack to me.
Might have been Jack.
Regardless.
So Broken Bow takes over at the 33 at the 7:30 mark. Might have been Jack.
It's definitely feet get tangled, but, well, I mean, Okay, fine. Then show me what happened on Andrew's call that backed us up to initially.
33-yard line, Broken Bow. They have 4 receivers deployed. Cougars against that dime defense. 2 down linemen. Brumley throws an out pass, incomplete, good coverage. Ryan's in coverage on the near side on Jace Roberts.
He's not comfortable right now, which is good.
Get him out of rhythm. Cougars have Chase Bailey in the game at a safety position, along with Colton Carlock, Xander Rhines, Deontay Lindsey, George Maddock, Fisher Marr, Darius Gilmore, Case Stafford, Wyatt Kilgore, J.B. Coyle, and Caden Gallagher playing up at the line of scrimmage from a linebacker position. Quick pass on the out right side. Good pursuit by the Cougars. Hayden Heifel hauled it in. Chase Bailey gets up over there. Looks like Rhines as well. They gain 4 to the 37.
Ish
is right. More. So third down, Cougars defense a chance to get off the field. They've been good on third downs this year. Team opponents 21.7% coming in. Shotgun, trying to get some pressure on Brumley. Rushing 4, rushing 5. They throw over the middle, incomplete. They got some pressure on him. They got Gallagher and Kilgore back on Brumley, and it made him kind of force one over the middle, and there's your pressure you got on the quarterback.
Yep. And you can't do it every time, but just be smart about it and be selective, I guess is what I'm saying. You got to disguise it a little bit, walk them up and drop them back, but when you go.
And Coach Chambly's been great at that. He's quite the mind, the defensive coach for the Cougars. For the 37, Hughes will be back to receive the punt of Zaragoza. Handles the low snap and a
False
whistle.
Start.
Will move Broken Bow back 5 more. So the Cougar defense forces a 3 and out.
Well, we started out sloppy. Broken Bow started out sloppy. The officials have started out very sloppy.
It's Saturday afternoon, not Friday night.
Yeah.
So now Zaragoza will stand at his 20. Hughes at his 33 in Ada territory. Snap back, low kick. If it can bounce right to Andrew, he can get a return. Here he goes from the 31, going left, reverses his field, and not going to go anywhere. Good coverage down at the 32-yard line. Andrew tried to get loose. He is brought down by Corey Nocum back at the 32-yard line, a 1-yard return. So it went from the 32 to the 31. It was a 31-yard punt.
Let's throw this trivia question out right quick. You all right with that?
Go for it.
Ada has played Broken Bow 9 times, winning 6. Kenny mentioned that earlier, 6-3. What has been the average score in those 9 games? Ada defense had a couple shutouts, and, of course, Broken Bow winning the 3 games. So text your answers to me at 580-495-9099.
From the 32-yard line, the Cougars in a 7-7 second quarter tie. Have 3 receivers deployed. Freeland takes it, back to pass. Being flush, coming right, finally gets rid of it. Just going to throw it up for Patterson, and he's being pressured by Camden Rogers, a running back that serves as a defensive back as well. Pass incomplete. Coop caught 3 for 36 a week ago. It's second down and 10. Freeland came into this game for the season 73 of 133 for 1,116 yards, 16 TDs, and 2 picks. Throwing for right at 159 a game this season, 55% completion percentage. Second down and 10. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Gilmore up the middle, big hole, 35, nice crease up to the 37-yard line. Darius Gilmore blasting forward.
Makes it third and manageable for sure.
Yeah, he got 5. Nice push by that offensive line.
Ran away from Leland Billy, but showing his athleticism, was able to catch him on the backside.
The running game was not there on the first couple possessions. Now the passing game, as you mentioned, has begun to open that up, finding some creases. 3rd and 5 for the Cougars, trying to keep this drive alive in a 7-7 tie. Freeland takes the snap from ball, throws out in the flat to Jack, stretches,
Jack.
First down. Went to the boundary on the front of the Ada bench, caught it, lunged forward, got a first down. They mark it up at the 42-yard line.
Man, that was a missile that CJ threw there, and great job by Jack catching it. But, I mean, that was a triple coverage. But he fit it in.
Yeah, it was to the triple coverage on the
on the short side.
Short side of the field. So the Cougars have a first down, a big one here in a 7-7 tie. 5:44 to play. Clock stopped as the play went out of bounds. You got Cooper Patterson and Andrew Hughes to the near side. They're going to pitch it to Carlock running left, 45, 49, 50, and got a nice run. A quick pitch play to Carlock. Good blocking tray on the far side, and Carlock reaches the 50. He got 8.
Yeah, he's a north-south runner. I like his instincts. Actually, it looks like they gave him 7.5-ish.
Yeah, I had the original. I had the original line of scrimmage, the 42. It could be the 43. So
it's an ish kind of game.
Second down for Ada. Hughes.
I know it's on the 50 now, by golly, but I can't tell you where the next one's going to end unless it's a score.
Carlock still besides Friedland. Low snap. Friedland steps back, throwing deep down for Jack, and he was being held. There you go. Finally, they held Jack's arms down at the 25-yard line, and finally the flag comes out.
That was blatant. You could tell Jack was trying to reach his left arm up, and the kid had his arm pinned down.
Had double coverage on him, had him kind of bracketed, and Carter was going to him all the way. When you have 2 6'4" wide receivers, you can afford at times to throw in the coverage tray because you trust them to come down with the football, and the penalty moves it from the 50 to the 35 in Broken Bow territory, and an Ada first down via the penalty.
Sorry, I got an answer and I was reading it.
Twin receivers right. 35-yard line, first down, Ada. Handoff. Gilmore looking, dancing. Got 5, lunges, close to the 30-yard line. Coffee, Fuller, ball throp on that left side, paving the way, and that's a good first down run play to the 30, second down and 5.
So now do they have to bring a safety back in the box? It's just that chess match that kind of like us with the linebacker. If we did that every time, rushing him, they would do something different. But you pick and choose.
Second and 5 for Ada. This drive started at their own 32. Freeland looks, takes the snap. Gilmore again, bounces outside, dives forward, close to a first down. Cut down on the far side. Looks like their quarterback and linebacker Christian Brumley got him. He got 4 to the 26 to be 3rd and 1. Nice feed and nice vision by Bill Gilmore as he kind of darted outside. And
that was not supposed to go there. That was a off script run. He bounced it. Great job.
3rd and 1. Broken Bow will have the football as well to start the second half. This is a crucial drive for Ada as we wind down the second quarter at the 4:24 mark. 7-7 tie.
Good job by Sanusi getting out and getting the block.
Carlock runs it and trying to get to the first down marker and make him up a bit short. Looked like he might get there for a moment, but then pretty good tackle by Bailey and Whitfield. Coley maybe in there as well. They're going to mark it just short, no gain, 4th and 1. Might have gained that football length.
I like Fisher in the backfield here, or a heavy set. Fisher or KK1 as a power back.
So on 4th down, the Cougars a moment ago had 4th down, but it was a lot longer on this end of the field. Didn't make it. They bring Case Stafford in. He'll come wide to the right side. Play clock down to 7. Cougars going to have to hurry or use a timeout. Freeland going to get under center. Take the snap, sneak it forward. The lunge is there. The big offensive lineman pushing him. Cord Coffey just pushing his quarterback and pancaking defensive players. Coffey laying on top of Kaplan Burris down underneath the pile. It's a Cougar first down. Great surge to the 23. He got 3.
Like that. Don't give him time to think about it and just run up and snap it. Probably slapped one side of Balthrop's leg and told him which way he was going based on where the defense was lined up.
7-7 game. Cooper Patterson comes near side with Case Stafford. They pitch it. Gilmore, left side.
It's all right. 3 yards.
21-yard line.
Ish.
Tripped up. Brumley in there on the play. Brumley again, quarterback and linebacker. He plays almost every snap. They mark it at the 20. He got 7 or 3. 2nd and 7.
Looks like Fisher is in now. Cooper Patterson in. Case Stafford checking out. Andrew and Jack also coming in.
2:40 to play. 2nd and 7. Morris alone, single receiver to the left. They're going to look his way. Freeland never took his eyes off of him. Morris holds it in. I think, did he stay in bounds? No. Out of bounds, inside the 5. He caught it with double coverage on the far side.
Got a flag in the backfield. Not sure the late hit.
Whitfield and Rogers.
Yep, roughing the passer.
Yep, I took my eyes off the quarterback looking downfield, but it is roughing the passer, and a Cougar first down via the penalty.
Let's see what happened here. I apologize, I wasn't watching. Oh, yeah. He went low, went at his knees. You can't do that. Not to the quarterback, anyway. You can go to anybody else's knees, but not to the quarterback.
Going to protect the signal caller back there, as they should.
Call that the Tom Brady rule. You stay away from Tom's knees.
Roughing the passer moves it to the 10-yard line, and let's see, can they get a first down? I think.
Ish.
I mean, it's right at the 10, and I think if they can get a first down, it'd be inside the 1, but the Cougars keep the drive alive. First down via the penalty.
Yeah, the Broken Bow coach is going to be mad about that one, and probably should be. The guy was just kind of stumbling, and CJ didn't even go down.
First down for Ada. Twin receivers right. Freeland takes the snap. Looks right, now looks left. Now flush. Now steps up. In trouble. Moves back left. Good blocking.
Day.
Got Gilmore open inside the 10. At the 5. Turned his shoulders. Lunges. Did he get in? They're going to mark him just short. It may be that first and goal I talked about. He got 10, and it's going to be Trey. They could reach about the 1 foot line for a first down, and that's what they got. Let's see where they move the.
No, they're going to measure it.
Yeah, they should, because
they gave it first down.
It's first and goal. I never thought we'd see that on this drive.
You are so prophetic, Kenny.
There we go.
Not pathetic, prophetic.
Great.
Make sure I enunciate that.
I've been known to be both. But great improvise by CJ, but how about team football? As he had to reverse, the offensive line did a great job.
Scramble drill.
Here we go. CJ under center. Takes the snap. Lunges forward. Nope, he took a step back with the problem there before he could not get going forward. And that's where that first down comes in handy. Now it's second and goal.
Yeah, it looked like he may have slipped a little bit too, so then you don't get the back end push from KK.
So second and goal, with $1:25 to play here in the first half. Ada and Broken Bow tied at 7 on a sunny 60-degree day from southeastern Oklahoma.
With no bands on either side. It's kind of weird to not have a drum line. It's
Really?
like an NFL game.
Cougars send trip receivers. Sampson and Cooper Patterson left. Stafford to the right, shotgun. Fake, handed to Gilmore, lunging forward. He keeps his feet churning. Touchdown, Cougars. How about Day? He was hit at the 2 or 3 yard line. A 360 pirouette. Kept the feet moving like you teach a good running back. And the Cougars have struck pay dirt with 1:04 to play in the first half, lead at 13-7.
What a great individual effort by Day. And the line continuing to block. I mean, obviously it's not on him, but he was stopped for sure.
Yeah, that was outstanding. Caden Mitchell on for the extra point. Case Stafford will hold off an Owen Wofford snap. Cougars have gone ahead 13-7. A great drive, 68 yards. Just over 5 minutes. Mitchell, 1 of 1 on extra points this afternoon. Snap is back in good order. Caden Mitchell's extra point is right down Broadway. Cougars, a second quarter lead here at Broken Bow, 14-7. You're listening and watching the Cougars live at KADARadio.net.
The Cougars. We at Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai are some of your biggest fans. We know that you're not only excelling today on the fields, but in gyms, on stage, and in the classrooms. But you are also going to be tomorrow's great leaders. Embrace it and enjoy it. From your friends, neighbors, and automotive experts, Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai in Ardmore. Remember, if it doesn't say Carter County, you paid too much.
Cougars 68 yards in 12 plays, 5 minutes, 29 seconds. 1 yard touchdown run, Darius Gilmore. The big play was really the improvised pass play when CJ had to go into the scramble drill, found Gilmore, and then he just got down inside the 1 yard line.
He was looking for Jack initially.
Fair catch at the 30-yard line on the high kick by Mitchell, hauled in by Rupp. Now, Broken Bow's not going to set on it. So now if you're Ada, be disciplined defensively and keep this lead going to halftime.
Something just happened right here in front of us on that kickoff. Interested to see what it was. We had players getting up off the ground.
So Broken Bow from the 30.
Oh, yeah. Should have been a blindside block on them.
So Broken Bow comes out from the 30-yard line. First down, Cougars stay with that dime package. We got guys spread all over the field. 5 receivers. 4, that's quad just to the right. Ball near the middle of the field. Brumley, an empty set. Back to pass, 3 steps. Looking right, Cougars great downfield coverage. Now get a little pressure on. Brumley comes back left, just sells it out of bounds. That's outstanding downfield coverage by the Cougars. Brumley had nowhere to go.
Should have been a penalty. They had, I think, 8 guys in the backfield. They did, because all 4 on the right weren't on the line of scrimmage, it looked like to me. That's what Coach Osteen's sitting there talking to the official about.
2nd down and 10 from the 30. Again, the Cougars will rush 3 if Gallagher indeed rushes, unless they bring a linebacker here. Now Fisher's going to come up in the gap and rush. They throw a quick out to Whitfield. He's rushed out of bounds at the near side 36-yard line. Lindsey, who's been just
solid.
Oh, that's a great word for him, though. He's just been solid all season long.
And, you know, when they run that quad a minute ago, they were looking his way, and he's on an island over here by himself. If you've got quads on the other side, that's he knows he doesn't have a whole lot of help and did a great job in coverage and forced the throwaway.
3rd and 4 from the 36. This time they send twins left and right. They got out of bounds. Clock stops. 51.8 to play. Second quarter. 14-7 Ada. Brumley has Rogers beside him out of the shotgun. Changes the play. Play clock down to 2. Back to pass. Here comes Coyle. They try a screen. Cougars are all over. Oh, baby.
George and KK.
That's some leveling. They let Coyle through to throw the screen. The Cougars read that like a good novel, my friends, as George and KK, as Trey mentioned, just bombed the receiver. I think it was Rogers who caught it, and the Cougars were all over it.
Yeah, normally it's kind of interesting because normally when you see guys rushing through like that, you think the screen's going to be open, but we're only rushing 3. So we've got 8 back. And so that dime defense kind of disguises the screen coverage.
Good observation. It's good. It's going to be 4th down. The Cougars, Trey Kinley was up there calling for them, saying call a timeout. They got it, so that will stop the clock, and the Cougars will have a chance to get the ball back here. If the defense has held Broken Bow on 3 consecutive possessions, forcing punts.
Yeah, they've done a good job other than the 2 plays. And I wouldn't be surprised if Broken Bow runs a fake here, honestly. 4th and 6.
Hughes will go back. Let's see. Zaragoza at his 21-yard line. Just don't jump off sides. Snap is back. Kick is up. Deep kick. Andrew gets away from it. Good kick.
Yeah, we had a rush on there.
He kind of rolled deep inside the 20 down to 17-ish.
Yeah, he turned that one over. That's a good kick.
49 yards, no return. Now we'll see what the Cougars do. Backed up.
You got 2 guys on the outside that can go a little bit. Don't want to turn over or sack.
At halftime, we will honor the 50th anniversary of the 1972 state championship.
Was that guy that was up here talking to us, was he here? Was he on the 72 team and he's the 50th anniversary? Or was he on the 50 team with the 72nd anniversary?
Well, I thought he said he played here 72 years ago. I think he might have been got it backward. I think it was 50 years ago and played on this field. He's from Ada. Mr. Hooker was his name. Yeah, Mr. Hooker played. He's from Ada.
And he came down.
But he's here for Broken because he played at Broken. Came for this celebration that's going on.
That's cool.
1st and 10, Cougars.
You got Andrew single coverage. I got a safety sneaking over here now.
Friedland waits the snap, looks at the sideline. The Cougars want a timeout. Let's take a quick one, too. Second quarter, Ada 14, Broken Bow 7. You're listening and watching the Cougars live at KADAradio.net.
Comes to delicious, you can't beat Roma's Italian Restaurant. And the service starts with a gracious host the moment you walk in the door. Start with their unforgettable garlic knots and butter. Order the lobster ravioli, homemade lasagna, or baked ziti. Maybe you're hungry for a pizza pie, calzone, or stromboli. Enjoy a mouth-watering ribeye, chicken fettuccine alfredo, or chicken piccata. But whatever you do, save room for the dessert. Roma's in Ada's North Hill Center, catering and DoorDash available. Call Roma's at 279-1295.
Welcome back to Broken Bow Memorial Stadium where the Ada Cougars lead at 14-7. Broken Bow had the lead early, 7-zip Trey. The Cougars responded, momentum-shifting play, which we'll recap at halftime with the replay after Broken Bow took the 7-0 lead was the big kickoff return by Andrew Hughes. Since then, it's kind of turned on Mo in this game.
Yes, it has. I think the defense has liked where they've been at the whole time, even though on the touchdown drive. I think really that first stop when we didn't get the fourth down set the tone defensively.
Cougars going to throw it with 29 seconds to play over the middle. Caught Andrews on the slant, 30, 35, 40. Andrew finally drug down at the 43. A big gain of 26 yards on the slant to Hughes. Cougars will rush it to the line of scrimmage. First down from the 43. Clock starts with 16 seconds, and Carter spikes the ball. Been at practice many times, Trey, where they're inside the indoor facility, that they run this hurry-up like this late game situation, late half situation. They do it a lot. They practice it.
They practice it, and that's why there's a comfort level. There was no panic, no sense. There was a sense of urgency, but no panic by any of the players to get up there and snap the ball. They just reset the play clock for some reason. Not sure why. Big reception by Hughes for the season. He's coming into this game 26 catches, 642 yards with 14 touchdowns. From the 43, the Cougars have no timeouts left. Shotgun, Freeland back to pass. Billy's going to hit him. Freeland gets away. Now being chased, trying to get rid of it. Throws it up for grabs. Ooh, it was dangerous. Yeah.
Carl Cooks had a beat on it, and if he comes down with it, he's got nothing but grass in front of him. But that play broke down because they got pressure on Freeland, forced him backwards, and now it'll be second down and 10. But the most important thing probably is the 6.5 seconds to play here in the first half.
Yeah, that was one of those. Ooh.
Hold your breath. No momentum shifting plays here late in the half. So Ada has one more play left, probably, unless there's a penalty. No timeouts. Ball throw up over the football. 3 receivers deployed. They run it to Gilmore. 45, 50, 45, 40, 35. Gilmore, 30, 29-yard line. They get a big run down to the 28-yard line as Gilmore busts through a big hole by the offensive line for 29 yards to end the first half. From the 43 down, looks like to about the 28-yard line.
Ish.
We're going to say it's about 28, 29. We'll give him 29. How about that? 30? I'm going to say Jeff Cali says 30. I'm going to agree with Jeff Cali. 30-yard run by Day ends the first half. The Cougars lead the Broken Bow Savages 14-7 at halftime. We're going to recap your first half. I got some replays for you and much more from Broken Bow Memorial Stadium. We're back after this timeout on the Cougar Sports Network.
Cougar football, presented by the Chickasaw Nation, along with First United Bank, Ada Nissan, CTS, TNW Tire, Wild Rose Place, Carter County Dodge and Hyundai, Vision Bank, Roma Italian Restaurant, Laser Zone, Hilltop Dodge, Simmons Bank, Great Plains Kubota, State Farm Agent Don Carpenter, and Fenton Ford.
This is Lucas Clark, president of First United Bank here in Ada. We measure success not just with numbers, but with a commitment to faith, financial well-being, personal development, and wellness. It's how we spend life wisely. If that doesn't sound like a bank, welcome to First United. Learn more at spendlifewisely.com. Proud supporter of the Ada Cougars, member FDIC.
Tribal citizens are Oklahomans, our neighbors. They make a critical difference in community after community, helping schools, building roads, expanding healthcare, benefiting everyone. We are united for Oklahoma, committed to mutual respect, shared strength, and productive partnerships. To join the conversation, visit UnitedForOklahoma.com.
If you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, or maybe your vehicle needs a little attention, we're your one-stop shop.
Come score a new Nissan Pathfinder, completely redesigned and ready to hit the road with style and convenience.
And don't get penalized with high gas prices. The Nissan Altima will get you over 600 miles per tank.
And the MVP of the lineup, the new Nissan Rogue, with best in-class fuel economy and tech.
We are a proud supporter of the Ada Cougar Athletic Department, and we'd like to wish all of you a great season. Go Cougs!
I was surprised.
I was definitely surprised.
Yep, we had no idea. Totally surprised.
Can you say jaw drop?
Who knew? State Farm, with these great rates.
The surprise everyone's talking about is the surprisingly great rates for home and auto insurance from State Farm, especially when you combine them.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Don Carpenter, your State Farm agent in Ada for over 44 years today.
Edith 2 Chickasaw travel stops are loaded with fast and convenient items to make your busy schedule a little less hectic. There's something for everyone. We've got a large selection of food choices, fuel that's ethanol-free, and fast and friendly service that you can appreciate, especially when kickoff is minutes away. Locate your Chickasaw travel stop, your one-stop shop, at the corner of Country Club and Lonnie Abbott Boulevard, or on the corner of Main Street and Ladder Road in Ada.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
While the offense put up over 23 points per game themselves, they shut out 4 teams during the year, including their arch rival, the Idabel Warriors, with victories over Salazar and Medina. They defeated Falls Valley 12-7 in the title football game.
Welcome back to Broken Bow Memorial Stadium. It's Senior Day, but also recognizing the 50-year reunion of a state championship here at Broken Bow, the class of 1972. Ada on top 14-7 here at halftime. It started with it looked like not a great start. Ada took the ball, and it was not reminiscent of last week totally, but they couldn't move it on their first possession, had to punt, had a bad snap. Andrew made the most of it, but still came up short of the first down, gave Broken Bow a short field. So they started at the 8 to 35-yard line, and I thought two things were key to this first half. The defensive resolve, the resolve of the defense on that very first Broken Bow drive, and then a little bit later the highlights you're going to hear when Andrew Hughes electrified the crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we gave up a touchdown on the second drive, but they started plus field. Their first possession, we stop them. Defense does a good job, force a missed field goal. And then we start to move the ball a little bit on offensively in that second drive and then get a good punt to flip the field. They ended up scoring on where the guy tipped the pass to himself. But other than that, and then the run right after it for a touchdown, the defense has been really, really solid. There's
a 43-yard pass play on that drive of 67 yards for Broken Bow, and when he did tip the pass, and that was their scoring drive.
Right, and then they had a pretty good run after that when Fisher got manhandled by 3 dudes. But other than that, Shamley's done a great job keeping, I think, Broken Bow guessing on what he's doing, and then Coach Osteen has found something he liked, calling the offensive plays. The one time they did to us what Poto did, they got in Jack's face and bodied him. That was when we scrambled and hit Day for the off-schedule throw. So I think we like where we're at. There'll be changes both ways, and I expect us to come out fired up in the second half.
14-7-8 at halftime. The winner is finishes third in district and goes to Wagner next week. At 7:30, the loser finishes fourth and goes on the road to number 1 Cushing to start the playoffs next Friday night. The Ada defense got our highlights started here tonight on the second Broken Bow possession. This was actually their touchdown drive, but the Cougars had it behind the chains at third down and 11 on the drive before they made the big pass play because of this defensive play by the Cougars up front. Brumley takes the snap, going to hand it off to Rogers. He's leveled. Oh, Caden Gallagher got him high. Let's see who got him low. Getting up. Is that KK in on that?
Yes, KK and Kilgore. That was where they got him high and low.
Yeah, did a great job. That put him behind the chains. Broken Bow would later score on that drive. A 5-play, 67-yard drive culminated in the running back Camden Rogers, on an 11-yard touchdown run. The PAT by Zaragoza put Broken Bow up 7-zip at the 2:57 mark of the first quarter. So Broken Bow had the momentum. They kick a high, short kickoff to about the 31-yard line. Andrew Hughes says, I'm going to break your momentum. The senior did this. That dime, and there's a high, short kick. Andrew going to come up, catch it at the 31, 40, 45. Andrew Hughes down the boundary, 40, 35, 30. End zone is in his future. Touchdown! Andrew Hughes took the kickoff, and it was a thing of beauty for the Cougars that quickly changed the momentum. And the extra point by Caden Mitchell, who is now 31 of 37 on the year, by the way, on extra points, put the Cougars in a 7-7 tie with Broken Bow at that point after the Hughes return. The Cougars would get the ball back on their a couple possessions later, and after they started driving their own 5-yard line, Trey, and it went backwards to their own 2, but they got out of the shadow of their own goal line and the first quarter ended, and they would march down the field. They'd end up getting some penalties and not scoring after turnover on downs, but Day, who had a big first half, catching and receiving, highlighted the drive with this fantastic run. Handed off to Gilmore, has a crease for a moment, bust outside, 35, strong leg, 40, 45, 50, Day off to the races, 40, 35, cuts back inside 30, 27 yards. You know, Day got some great initial blocks up front. Then the linebackers came in and kind of looked like they kind of stuffed it up there. And Day with the strength of his legs, which you'll see again later in here on the highlights, just kept churning forward. Had a big run for the Cougars. Again, they would not score on that drive. Still 7-7. Ada defense Broken Bow would start at their own 33 on their next drive, and they went backwards. They had to punt it. Cougar defense was all over them. Ada would get the ball back with 6:33 to play in the first half for their own 32-yard line. Their best long-distance drive of the half. 12 plays, 68 yards, 5 minutes, 29 seconds. And Darius Gilmore caught a great pass on a screen on the drive and turned forward to set up a first and goal inside the 1-yard line. And then after going backward about a half yard on first down, Day would finish the job. And Cooper Patterson left, Stafford to the right, shotgun. Fake, handed to Gilmore, lunging forward. He keeps his feet churning. Touchdown. It was Gilmore's 8th rushing touchdown of the year. He also has 1 receiving. And the Cougars, extra point again by Mitchell, who's been, again, so solid, made the lead 14-7 Ada at halftime. And that's where we stand as Ada's defense again held Broken Bow 3 and out of their next possession. Ada got that move down the field from their own 17 to the Broken Bow 27 but then the clock got them, and the first half comes to an end. Broken Bow has the ball to start the second half. We'll take a timeout, come back, and have your first half stats on the other side of this. This is Cougar Football streaming at KADARadio.net.
A strong defense, an aggressive offense, and ability to make the big plays. That's Vision Bank and the Ada Cougars. From the first kickoff to the final buzzer, the Cougars keep on working for excellence, and so does Vision Bank. From your first savings and checking account, your first car, your first home, all the way through to retirement, Vision Bank strives for your financial success. Ada Cougar Football and Vision Bank, a winning combination. See the difference with Vision Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 402156.
Searching for a stress-free, no-hassle car buying experience? Then look no further than Hilltop Dodge.
From our well-knowledgeable sales staff to our qualified service department, here at Hilltop Dodge, we strive to deliver the best customer satisfaction. Here at Hilltop Dodge, we are huge supporters of the Ada Cougar football team and want to wish them good luck on their season. So come on down to Hilltop Dodge and experience what car buying is supposed to feel like.
Come in and see us at 1109 North Broadway in Ada.
Just 3 miles east of Ada, Wild Rose Place is the perfect venue for your special event. Their 5,600 square foot facility includes 2 large indoor event areas, full kitchen, bride suite, groom's dressing room, and outdoor event area. Wild Rose Place is the perfect place for your wedding, prom, family gathering, or corporate meeting. You can rent the facility or have it decorated with one of their customizable decorating packages. Visit wildroseplace.net and let Wild Rose Place make your event unforgettable. That's wildroseplace.net.
Hello, I'm Keith Razor, store manager at T&W Tire, 500 East Main here in Ada.
And I'm Jamie. We would like to remind you if you have any tire needs, whether it be farm, ranch, tractor trailer, or your personal vehicle, we could help you pick out the right tire for you. We also offer 24-hour roadside service and can change your oil, put on brakes, shocks, or align your front end.
We are your authorized Michelin tire dealer with dozens of other tire brands available. T&W Tire, not just a tire store, but a whole lot more. Call 332-5145.
There's maroon, gold, black, white. They all have things in common. School pride, friendly competition, bringing home the win, and the full support of Laser Zone Family Fun Center. Head on over to celebrate that win. There's bowling, laser tag, an arcade, mini golf, and more. Laser Zone is where the school spirit is splat.
Ada Cougars. We at Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai are some of your biggest fans. We know that you're not only excelling today on the fields, but in gyms, on stage, and in the classrooms. But you are also going to be tomorrow's great leaders. Embrace it and enjoy it. From your friends, neighbors, and automotive experts, Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai in Ardmore. Remember, if it doesn't say Carter County, you paid too much.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Welcome back to Broken Bow Memorial Stadium. It's halftime. The Ada Cougars, a solid first half. Didn't have much offense in the first quarter, but the second quarter amassed some yards and a couple of touchdowns. Lead at 14-7 over Broken Bow. Trey Kinley is along the way with your first half stats.
Yeah, a lot better to do this week than it was last week. We even got to do some replays, which was exciting. We'll start with Broken Bow. Team-wise, they had 6 first downs, 9 rushes for 49 yards, but 15, I'm going to say, came on that touchdown. I don't remember exactly.
11.
Mm-hmm. 62 passing yards, 4 penalties for 40 yards. Should have been 2 more. 2 more, didn't get them called. 2 for 6 on third down. Individually for Broken Bow, Christian Brumley, 7 out of 14 for 62 yards. Receiving, he's spread it around. Carl Cooks, 2 for 41. Mark Martin, 2 for 13. I can't remember. Kyron Whitfield, 1 for 7. And then Hayden Heifel, 1 for 4. And then Camden Rogers, 1 for -3. Rushing for Broken Bow, Christian Brumley has 6 for 28. And Camden Rogers has 3 for 21. Ada has 11 first downs. 17 rushes for 105 yards, so about 6 a carry. 10 receptions for 91 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions, no fumbles, none lost. 4 penalties for 26 yards, 3 of 7 on third down, 1 of 3 on fourth down. And then individually for Ada, Carter's 10 of 19 for 91 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. He's spread it around as well. Andrew's got 4 for 44. Jack's got 3 for 20. Darius has 2 for 16. And in case Stafford had the big catch early that kind of got us going, the 1 for 11. Rushing for Ada, Darius has 9 for 93, so over 10 a carry with a touchdown. Andrew has 1 rush for 9 yards on the punt. Carter Freeland 3 for 2. Colton Carlock 3 for 1. And then Xander 1 for 0.
Cougars 196 to 111 in total offense and really dominated the second quarter and are out to a 14-7 halftime lead against Broken Bow. Broken Bow will have the football to start the second half here in just a little bit. So they begin. The Cougar defense will be called upon to maybe set the tempo again early in the third quarter and try to keep Broken Bow at bay. But I love what the Cougars have done defensively. It's a high-powered Broken Bow team offensively. Cougars have Trey alluded to it several times, the Cougars have really mixed it up defensively, bringing 3 guys sometime with 2 down linemen. Then on occasion getting rushing the linebackers. Looks like spying the quarterback at times as well, just from my perspective up here. So they're doing a great job mixing it up, giving Brumley different looks. If you give that quarterback, Brumley, the same look and too many, he'll beat you. He's great with his legs and great with his arms, but the Cougars doing a great job mixing that up in the first half and lead at 14-7. Again, what's at stake? Both teams are going to be in the postseason. Ada, with a win, will finish 3rd in the 4A4 district, and Broken Bow would finish 4th. And Ada would be at Wagner next Friday at 7:30 in the first round of the playoffs. A loss by Ada puts them at Cushing, and Broken Bow with a loss would be at Cushing as well next week. So a lot at stake, and before we're going to finish in district, if the Cougars can hang on, they will be again on the way to Wagner next Friday night. 14-7 your halftime score. We will take a break, come back, get all set for your second half. You're listening and watching the Ada Cougars live at KADARadio.net.
Simmons Bank presents Banking Made Easy. With our powerful mobile banking app and online banking, at the touch of a finger, you can make deposits or pay bills, view account balances and transaction history, keep a close eye on your money with helpful alerts, even customize features just the way you want them. And with our contactless Visa credit and debit cards, you can just look, tap, and go. Convenient banking from Simmons Bank. Easy, fast, and secure. Learn more at simmonsbank.com/easy.
When it comes to delicious, you can't beat Roma's Italian Restaurant. And the service starts with a gracious host the moment you walk in the door. Start with their unforgettable garlic knots and butter. Order the lobster ravioli, homemade lasagna, or baked ziti. Maybe you're hungry for a pizza pie, calzone, or stromboli. Enjoy a mouth-watering ribeye, chicken fettuccine alfredo, or chicken piccata. But whatever you do, save room for the dessert. Roma's in Ada's North Hill Center, catering and DoorDash available. Call Roma's at 279-1295.
Put the reliability of the Great Plains Kubota family to work for you. Visit any of our local dealerships to see how we can serve your equipment needs.
Keep your Kubota running at peak performance with routine maintenance from Great Plains Kubota. With the parts and service you trust, Great Plains Kubota will keep your Kubota equipment running like the day you brought it home.
Visit a Great Plains Kubota for Kubota sales, service, parts, and rentals, or visit us online at GreatPlainsKubota.com. That's GreatPlainsKubota.com.
Come by Finn Ford Lincoln of Ada, where we'll be getting you ready for the holidays by giving top dollar for trades. Isn't that right, Turkey? That is right. The car market's still crazy, and we need your trades.
So come trade up. Now's the perfect time. Wait, what's that?
He's filling in for you and doing a great job.
He's a turkey.
Don't forget to tell him Morgan sent ya. Finn Ford Lincoln of Ada is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FinnFord.com and FinnLincoln.com.
This is Lucas Clark, president of First United Bank here in Ada. We measure success not just with numbers, but with a commitment to faith, financial well-being, personal development, and wellness. It's how we spend life wisely. If that doesn't sound like a bank, welcome to First United. Learn more at spendlifewisely.com. Proud supporter of the Ada Cougars, member FDIC.
Tribal citizens are Oklahomans, our neighbors. They make a critical difference in community after community, helping schools, building roads, expanding healthcare, benefiting everyone. We are united for Oklahoma, committed to mutual respect, shared strength, and productive partnerships. To join the conversation, visit UnitedForOklahoma.com.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
You see the Ada Cougars heading back on to Broken Bow Memorial Stadium to start, as we get ready to start the second half. They're about to start the 3-minute countdown. They haven't quite started it yet. Where they go, they have a 20-minute halftime. Then when the 20 minutes is off the clock, they go into another 3 minutes. The other teams kind of warm up and get ready for the second half. 14-7, Cougars leading at halftime. We appreciate you listening and watching the Ada Cougars this afternoon on a Saturday afternoon from Broken Bow. Cougars trying to improve their playoff position. And also interesting, this is a tough district. You know, you have Poto ranked number 4, and then Broken Bow and Hilldale, both top 10. I think 9 and 10, I think, was what they came in this week. And Ada just outside the top 10 a couple of weeks ago. I think they're still around 11, 12, somewhere in that spot, that neighborhood. But if Ada wins this game, there's going to be no one with more of the top 4 teams in the district with not more than 2 losses. They're going to be a team that's 5-2. Broken Bow would be the number 4 seed going to the postseason. Just kind of been a round robin of whipping on each other just a little bit. But the Cougars trying to make sure they do their part to advance to play Wagner next week. It won't be an easy matchup whether you're playing Wagner on the road or Cushing on the road. Now, Cushing's putting 50 and 60 on people in the first half right now. They're the number 1 team in the state. Let's just run down that for you. Thank you, Jeff Calley from the Ada News, as we have some time here at halftime. Cushing is the number 1 in the state at 9-0, and they're again waiting the loser of this game next week at Cushing. Elk City, who Ada beat in the playoff 2 years ago, they're 9-1, ranked second in the state going into this week. These are your rankings. Bethany is 8-1, ranked third. Poto, out of our district, is fourth at 7-2. Tuttle is fifth at 7-2. Blanchard 6-3. Hilldale, out of our district, 7-2, ranked seventh. Newcastle was 7-2 and ranked 8th. Wagner ranked 9th at 6-3, and Broken Bow ranked 10th at 7-2. So there you go. There's your standings. And if what happens is 4A District 3 and 4A District 4 play each other in the first round of the postseason. The number 4 team in District 4 goes to the number 1 team in District 3. The 3 team in District 4 goes on the road to number 2, and then they flip it the other way. Of course, it's on the other side. The number 1 and 2 teams in District 4 will host 3 and 4 from District 3. Then after that, they cross over in the second round. You will play, if the Cougars advance, and play somebody from District 1 or 2. In the postseason. All this is available at OSSAA.com. They'll have it all posted there by 2 o'clock. They say tomorrow afternoon, the official brackets. They would have them posted now, but we've obviously had to delay getting this game in. And this is one of the few games left going on in the state of Oklahoma, as most games this week were played earlier on Thursday because of the inclement weather. Got an update from Coy Isto Stadium. In Ada East Central offense not in high gear today, but the defense is. They lead 6-0 over Arkansas Monticello at the beginning of the third quarter on a really nice day for football there at Coy Isto Stadium. And that's appreciate the report there. My good buddy Jeff McGahey, women's assistant, updating me on East Central football from Coy Isto Stadium. Mike Manis, of course, has the call of that game over on 105.5. Ada Cougar football brought to you in part by First United Bank, Chickasaw Nation, Ada Nissan, State Farm Don Carpenter, CTS, Vision Bank, Hilltop Dodge, Wild Rose Place, T&W Tire, Laser Zone, Carter County Dodge Hyundai, Simmons Bank, Roma Italian Restaurant, Great Plains Kubota, and Fenton Ford. Cougars will kick off to start the second half from the west end of Memorial Stadium. Cade Mitchell over around the left hash mark will tee it up at the 40-yard line. You got Carl Cooks, Kyron Whitfield in the middle, and Camden Rogers, the 3 deep guys for Broken Bow. As we start the third quarter, the Cougars will try to hopefully give them one of those patented high kicks that dies somewhere around the 25-30-yard line, force a fair catch. Mitchell puts his foot into it, not very deep this time, and it's going to be fielded and dropped, but then getting back on it, a nice play.
I don't think it ever hit the ground.
Yeah, Max Rupp, he kind of bobbled it?
No, the first guy bobbled it, and the other guy undercut it. As he's falling down, he caught it.
Well, they gave a good field position. He didn't quite get the leg into it he wanted at the 42-yard line. Broken Bow sets up shop.
All right, who made the better changes at half?
See how the Cougars come out. They officially mark it at the 42-yard line, the 11:59 mark.
They're in the dime. KK's in at the right end position.
You got Wyatt Kilgore, the left tackle. Coils over the nose. Morris in there. Lindsey a corner on the near side. You got quad receivers. Cougars don't bite on the hard snap count by Brumley. Fisher Moore, George Maddock, the M&M boys in the middle of the linebacker's position. Brumley takes the snap, going to run it up to Rogers. Got a crease, lost the football. Oh. It's loose, and the Cougars get it. KK dove for it at the 40. It's a scrum. It would be if Cougars are +7 this season on turnovers, and KK dove headlong amongst 3 Broken Bow Savages, and there's a battle on the bottom. Let's see if the wrestler prevails. Trey at the 40-yard line. I got to look back. Someone put a helmet on the football. Ada's got it, 40-yard line. KK sandwiched between 2 Savages, and there's your fumble recovery. Jeff Kelly by Caden Gallagher at the 40-yard line of Broken Bow territory. How about the Cougar defense? How about the helmet that went on the football to Camden Rogers?
And I apologize I didn't get the replay there because I was amped up looking. I'm going to tell you another story real quick. Coach Harwell was telling me yesterday when I was talking. Billy Hammond, great coach at Ada, went on to Blanchard, then went down to Texas. He used to do a drill where he'd throw a ball on the ground and have kids bounce on it, and then everybody else starts pointing that way. Because he said some point in the season you will get a call, and if you saw that, all the Ada players pointed that way like we got the ball, and they had no idea. but he said you can sell it.
Ada takes over at the 40. Gallagher, play action by Freeland to Morris. Quick catch, breaks the tackle, 35-30. First down. How about Jack Morris? He made the catch, broke a tackle, finally brought down on the far side. Camden Rogers got him, but not before Jack had 11 to the 29 and an Ada first down.
Yeah, I like it. Keep your foot on the gas. They were talking on sports radio last night about how the momentum doesn't really exist in baseball. It does in football. Keep Mo.
14-7 Ada, trying to make it a two-score game, trying to take advantage of the turnover. Gilmore dances outside, 25, drugged down, but he got yardage. He took a play that was intended to go inside, bounced it to the outside on the left side. Quinlan Bailey brought him down, but Day inside the 25 to the 24, he got 5.
And that may be by design. I have to go back and look at it because Sanusi's pulling from the right side there, so I don't know if Day acts like he's going up the middle to give Sanusi time to get across the face of the defense and then cuts behind him.
Second down and 5. Andrew Hughes comes to the near side of the field. Got twin receivers. Carlock over there with Morris. They got Carlock in the backfield. Flag down, and Freeland has to throw it away. That play was kind of jumbled from the beginning.
Yeah, low snap there. I'm not sure what happened out here.
Come down in an area where you might say motion.
Didn't reset, or maybe not enough men on the line. I don't know. Monty was false start. Okay.
So false start against Ada. So the 5 that Gilmore got on first down is they give back. They're still in good position at the 29-yard line. 2nd and 10, Broken Bow territory. Ada with that takeaway. The first turnover of this game on the first play of the second half as the Cougars really a big hit.
See if I can see who
forcing the turnover
here.
That's the 26th fumble by the opposition. The Cougars have recovered 10 of them this year. They're now +8 in the turnover category. Pitch, Carlock running left. Got a couple. Brought down over there. Kyler Cupid jumped on him. Got maybe a yard. Actually, no gain at the 29. So you got 3rd and 10 for Ada.
Fisher caused that fumble.
Fisher Moore threw the helmet on it. Was a big hit.
Him and George, it's hard to tell. Him and George both hit him at the same time, but I think it was Fisher.
4 down territory for the Cougars, I would assume. From the 29 on 3rd and 10. Quad receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Freeland play action hit as he throws incomplete. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but they got pressure on him that time, Trey, as number 33, Aiden Coley, came storming through and hit Freeland about the time he released the football.
Yeah, a second earlier it may have been disastrous, but falls harmlessly to the ground.
So you got 3rd and 10. It would have been nice to pick up 4 or 5 there to make it 3rd and a little more manageable, but still at the 29, 3rd and 10. Ada took over at the 40 after the Moore hit and the Gallagher winning the scrum for the football. Hughes and DeMontre Patterson playing for the first time is in the game and to the right. Back to pass. Freeland steps up in the pocket, throws over the middle, and it's intercepted. At the 16-yard line on 3rd and 10.
Interception would have been good because that would have been a 10-yard punt.
They say it hit the ground. Yep, incomplete. So the Cougars turn it over on down, so they can't capitalize after the turnover. Credit Broken Bow stepping up defensively. Now Ada back on the defense from the 29-yard line. Broken Bow takes over. They started the first possession at the 42. This one back at their 29. 9:45 to play in the 3rd.
Still in the dime here. Reed Sampson's the other linebacker. Reed and Jack are the outsides, and KK's down.
Andrew back here to safety along with Carlock. Empty set, 5 wide. Brumley from his 25, looking to his left, still looking to his left. Now throws to an open Cooks at the 33, 35 on the catch, 40, 41-yard line. Deontay Lindsay going to wrestle him down, but a 12-yard pickup and a first down.
Good job there. They both went with the deep guy, but they converged and made the tackle. Looks like Cooks got away with a little hands to the face. He kind of grabbed they can put their hand on the face mask, but it looked like he kind of pulled Deontay's face mask down a little bit.
Ball on the left hash mark, 3 wide to the right, a single to the boundary. Back Brumley throws it to an out pattern, and it's a nice catch. They say he was in as he came back to it. Yep. Nice catch. Down below is Whitfield diving to the ground at the 8:48 and the first down. They got 11. So back-to-back plays with first downs is kind of the short version of their passing game, trying to find those out routes right now.
Yep. And we're kind of in a bend but don't break defense. We're going to give them those short ones and converge up and make the tackle, but as the field gets shorter, those become harder.
48-yard line. Again, a two-man front. Gallagher makes it maybe 3 from the linebacker position. He'll bring a little pressure. They throw a quick out to Cooks on a
good job, Reed Sampson. He's right there if he makes the catch.
Yeah, it goes nowhere. They sent a man in motion and then tried to throw it to him as he turned upfield. Carl Cooks to pass a little bit past his outstretched arms. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Baltrop's checking in for Kilgore. DeMontre's in at the left corner as well.
So Patterson on the left corner, Lindsey the right corner. Got a man in the slot. Morris will cover him up over there on the right side. Brumley back to pass, looking again an out pattern. Caught. Cooks run out of bounds by Zander at the 41. Another quick one of 7.
Got a flag down in the backfield.
It's either a hold maybe back there.
Or a roughing the passer. Holding. Yep. Like it.
So they chasing Brumley that time. The Savages called for holding. That wipes out an 8-yard pickup or a 7-yard pickup to the 41. And will move them back behind the sticks. Penalty occurred in the backfield as well. So move it all the way back to around the 38-yard line.
Ish. Basically, KK went in and they tackled him.
That's with a 3-man rush.
Yeah.
So they got to reach, they need 24 to go. They need to reach 8-38. That's a big play for 8 of that penalty.
Different look here.
2nd and 24.
KK's up over the guard.
They bring 5. Gallagher up the middle. Got him! Oh, KK right over the, came in and got Brumley. They brought the blitz. The linebackers came. Marr, Maddox, and Gallagher gets to the quarterback and brings up 3rd down and a cross-country jaunt to get it. Back at the 29.
They've almost got to get to Rattan. Fisher lined up where KK had been. KK moved inside there, and then Jack was on the other side of the nose. And we've shown it, but that's the first time we brought everybody out of it.
3rd and 32. After a couple first downs on their first 2 plays of this drive, they show blitz again. And they back out. They bring 4. Brumley in the pocket. Marr chasing him out of the pocket. Fisher's got him, and you're not going to get away from Fisher as he somehow got the football off. But Fisher Marr was about to bring him up high and throw him down hard. The pass goes incomplete. Broken Bow will have to punt.
Good job by J.B. Coyle there. Went over and helped the quarterback up. Was there a timeout before?
They mark it back at the 29, the original line of scrimmage. The officials discussing something, but I'm not sure. The officials, the PA
maybe
guy is saying
intentional grounding to talk about. I don't know. He said timeout on the play, but I don't know if he was.
I don't think it's intentional grounding. He got rid of it. So he'll punt from the 29. DeMontre Patterson back to receive the punt, standing inside his 40. Here's the punt by Zaragoza. Patterson lets it bounce at the 35. Going to roll dead
downhill.
Inside the 30. Yeah, down the crown at the 29. 32 yards, no return.
All right. Good job, D. I'd feel much more comfortable with one more score with a little bit more of a cushion. The defense is playing really well right now, and the offense we just had that one play that set us kind of off schedule, and then they were able to get pressure on back-to-back plays.
If we can get back in a rhythm without the penalties to set you back.
And it looked like CJ had what he wanted on that pass. They just got to him a little quick.
First down for Ada.
Day in the backfield.
Gallagher goes in motion, sets up on the left side. They pitch it to Day running right, cuts back inside across the 30. Good run, hard-nosed run, cut it back up in.
Got about 4.
Jace Roberts got him, but Day saw he couldn't string it to the edge. He went on this field, east and west, got his shoulders square, and gets to the 32, 2nd down 7.
He was running downhill.
It is it's a pretty good crown out there in this field.
I was expecting a muddy field when I got here and saw the crown. I was like, "It's not going to be muddy." There was rapids coming from the midfield down last night when they got that rain. There was people practicing surfing out here from the center of the field to the sideline.
Cooper Patterson goes from the right side to the left side of the formation, works the slot. Freeland back to pass. Gilmore stays in the block and protect. Freeland runs up the gut, going to tuck and run, trying to get outside 35, 36, 37. Big body Carter lunges forward. Nice gain. He didn't hesitate, and he knew he had to take off, and it got him some yards. Quinlan Bailey got him on the near side, but Carter just short of the first down at the 38-yard line, need to reach the 39.
Yeah, much more manageable. I like the sneak here. Watch where this nose guard lines up. If he's off center at all, I have a feeling there's a slap on the leg and a power forward. But what Carter's got to do is not take that step backwards like he did on the goal line down there earlier.
Only 8 seconds to get the play off. Cougars going to have to hurry now. 5 as they break huddle, get the line of scrimmage. 4, 3. Freeland takes the snap. They pitch it out to Gilmore, trying to get to the edge, and he's going to be swarmed. Well, on 4th and 1,
I don't like
some reason they try to go wide, and the pitch was about 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and we got a flag at the point of impact. Maybe a face mask sometimes over there. We'll see, unless it's holding. But that play just didn't work. And it is holding its 8. It'll be a decline. So that went all the way back to the 34-yard line. So a loss of 4. Yeah, you have 3rd and 1, and that might be one they do second guess later on, trying to pitch it out there to that side. The defense swarmed, so the Cougars will have to punt.
Yeah, it was we had 2 guys out there blocking, and they did okay, but there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders over there.
Andrew Hughes to punt it from his 20. Whitfield stands at his own 35. Low snap. Andrew puts a end-over-end kick, and it goes out of bounds. He shanked it
about the 50.
Yeah, kind of hit it off the side of his foot to the left. Line of scrimmage was the 34. They're going to walk upfield across the 45, 46, 47, and stop. So only a 19-yard punt, 20-yard, 46-yard, 19 yards, no return.
Well, come on, D.
Still a 14-7-8 lead. They mark it at the 46, so officially we'll say 20 yards.
I think we've got their offense where they're not believing right now, so we need to capitalize on that.
46-yard line for the Savages. 1st and 10, Ada stays in their nickel. Caden Gallagher rides the line of scrimmage from that right side linebacker position along with 2 defensive linemen. Brumley, quick slant, caught and dropped. Someone got a hand in there. Fisher got a hand in there. They intended for Hayden Heifel, and on the slant play, and Fisher.
I think that was a great catch by that individual. Because Fisher picked up the ball as well.
2nd down and 10 from the 46-yard line. Ada on top, 14-7. We're on the home side. A little noise from the home crowd. They hadn't been just too loud today.
Boy, that was close to a catch. He took 2 steps.
2nd and 10. Brumley from the gun back. They bring 5, and Brumley going to rush it up the middle. Great open field tackle by George. Oh, my. Brumley looked like he had some real estate, and Maddox closed in a hurry.
We brought 5, but we brought it from the outside, and you had George and Fisher both sitting there watching him.
Mark it at the 49, 3rd and 7. Cougar defense trying to get off the field again, leading 14-7, 5:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. Cougars 6-3 all time against Broken Bow, including a state championship game in '88. They throw a wide receiver screen. Cougars are all over it, and they've got him back at the 40 at the line of scrimmage. They tried Whitfield on a wide receiver screen. What
Xander
pursuit!
Rhines, I think, got him down low.
There were 5 or 6 Cougars out there, then Whitfield's elusive, but Rhines, as you said, Trey, chased him down from behind.
And Kilgore stayed home in his position, was able to get him when he went back across the field. We saw some guys really recognize, hey, we got through way too easy there.
That was really good defense. Now, you got to watch it. This is one of those, Cougars know it, place in the field where a fake punt could happen. Zaragoza waits at his 35, or does Broken Bow just play field position? Zaragoza puts his foot into it. Patterson going to retreat, let it hit at the 20. It's going to roll dead at about the 17-yard line. 34 yards, no return. It's been a punt game here in the quarter. That's a fumble and 2 punts by Broken Bow. Ada has had it a couple times, turned it over on downs and 3 and out, or on their last possession. If the offense can find their stride, 4:22 to play, third quarter.
At least flip the. I'd like for us to get 20 or 30 yards here. We're at least flipping the field, maybe.
Ada comes out. Let's set that offensive line. Cord Coffey, Kel Fuller, Caden Balthrop, McKeer Sanusi, Dawson Matthews, left of right up front. Freeland back to pass. Shoulder fake to the left. Comes back right, going to rush it. And didn't make up his mind. And gets brought down. That's the one you probably just got to tuck and get as much as you can, because you had a big linebacker, Quinlan Bailey, closing in a hurry at the 15-yard line, and a sack and a loss of 2.
Yeah, that's tough there. Or just throw it away. Throw it high over Case's head there.
Be 2nd and 12 from the 15. Both defensives has seemed to make the biggest adjustments here in the second half. Stifling the others. Caden Balthrop comes up over the football. You got DeMontre Patterson and Caden Gallagher out wide left. Hughes to the right. They're going to look out for Patterson. Nobody open. Freeland comes back to the near side for Hughes and throws it over his head. Nobody open. And you got 2 Broken Bow players down. Did they collide with each other?
I don't know.
Cooks was on the coverage. It was the big guy, Billy, along with Jace Roberts, right around where Freeland let go of the football.
See if I can see anything here on the replay.
It's almost like 2 guys went down to slow down the pace of the game, which they didn't, but it was the way they hit the ground. They kind of collided with each other?
Collided, yes.
Yeah.
Cooksey, or 88, hit Roberts pretty good.
3rd down and a dozen. Cougars not going anywhere right now. 3:33 to play in the third.
Ready.
Broken Bow, yeah, they're going to have to call a timeout. Ada came to the line, or the official stopped play.
Oh, 88 was coming off the field, so they were because of the injury.
So Leland Billy out of the game. He's replaced on the left side by Carter Goss, left defensive end. 3-man front for Broken Bow on 3rd and 12. Freeland awaits a snap from Balthrop, takes it. In the pocket, good protection, flushed right. Now the pressure comes. Now he's in trouble, and he's got to get rid of it. He's got to do something for football. He's sacked back inside the 5. I mean, he had great protection, but then it didn't have nowhere to throw it. Then he went backwards to his own 3. That's a big loss of 12. So Ada will punt it from their own 3-yard line. Hughes in his end zone, and a whistle stops play. And it looks like Broken Bow got legal substitution against Broken Bow. 12 men in the huddle.
Still 12 men on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That moves it up to the 8-yard line. So the defenses of both teams have been stellar since halftime. Ball at the 8. Hughes a little more room in his end zone, and Whitfield waits at the 8 to 35-yard line. This is time for Andrew to get a good foot into it, and he had it partially blocked. It comes off to the right side, hits at the 32-yard line, and Owen Wofford falls on it at the 32 in Ada territory. So Broken Bow has flipped the field tray with 2:29 to play in the third.
We got a flag over there on the 5-yard line. Interesting.
On the far side of the field, I'm sure Broken Bow will not accept the penalty if it's against Ada. The ball's officially resting around the 33-yard line.
Yeah, they're asking if he wants. That was a hold on Ada.
Against the Cougars.
So it's a 33-yard line, so it's a 16, make it a 25-yard punt. No return.
Yeah, the punt ended up being okay considering it was tipped at the line or off his foot.
Cougar defense being asked to do it one more time. Leading 14-7, third quarter. Brumley, the quarterback, has a single setback. Rogers beside him. Got quad receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Brumley takes the snap back at the Cougar 40. Steps up in the pocket, and KK from behind slings him down. Gallagher went past the play, came back and got Brumley. Officially going to be no gain as he lunged forward to the line of scrimmage. Job by KK. He's had a great game.
Yeah, he's played well.
Got a fumble recovery.
He's had some really good blocks offensively, too, that I haven't called out.
And it's really key with that having to play that dime package. He's one of the 3 guys up front trying to get pressure on the quarterback. And so far, the football player, KK, doing the job. Brumley back to pass. Looking downfield, throws out in the flat, caught at the 27-yard line.
Good job by Reed Sampson, makes the tackle.
Sampson gets Jace Robert as a long pass across the field. Got down to the 27 for 6 yards.
28-yard line. 3rd down and 5.
3rd down, they need 5. They need to reach between the 22 and 23. 1:20 to play in the 3rd. 4 receivers, 3 left, 1 right for the quarterback. Brumley. Cougars going to bring some pressure. Ball's loose. Oh, the Cougars brought pressure at the last minute, and they tried an inside handoff to Rogers, and the Cougars swallowed it up, and Brumley fortunate to get back on the football for Broken Bow.
Big play here, 4th down. It's no man's territory, so I'm sure they'll go for it.
Cougars dialed up the blitz, Trey, and really guessed right. They tried to hand it off.
Do you do it again?
To Rogers.
Yep, they are.
I think you do bring some pressure.
He walks KK down in the middle. Fisher's outside him now. So it's almost like a dime with a 4-man front, except you've got
you got to watch number 1 over here. Cook's got a lot of space. He goes downfield. He's wide open over here, and the pass is intercepted on the deflection by Chase Bailey. Did he drop it?
I hope so.
Look, they're going to say Cougar football. The Cougars got a break. They did not have any coverage on Cooks over here.
Jack came out. At the snap, Jack flared out. It wouldn't have.
Chase Bailey got the interception. Carl Cooks is just sitting there with his hands in there saying, look my way, at the 17-yard line. But Chase Bailey gets the pick, and the Ada defense has done it again.
Yeah, good job there by Chase. It's so hard not to catch it.
Ball at the 17-yard line at the 32nd mark. Ada takes over. They can hand it off to Gilmore. He's trying to find some space. Going to probably have a hold against Ada. As Balthrop trying to finish off a block on Leland on number 84, Kissy. And that's going to, again, the Ada, they're just having to play on this end of the field behind the chains here in the 3rd quarter, but the defense continues to come up big.
I don't know what did they call it something?
The flag is on the field at the 15-yard line, and it looks like it's going to be marked off against Ada. They tried to run Gilmore on a rush to the left.
Shot block. Block below the knees.
Okay. So they'll mark it off again, probably inside the 10-yard line now. The Cougars.
We'll replay 1st down.
So it's either going to be 2nd and 10 or 1st and 20, and obviously they'll take the penalty to move the Cougars back.
Interesting. I don't see if I can tell what happened there.
Half the distance will make it the 8-yard line.
Move it back to the 8.
Still 1st down.
So a chop block.
I think it's on KK, but there was nobody engaged with the guy, so I don't know.
1st and 20 for the Cougars. Again, inside their 10. They've ran a lot of plays here in the quarter down on this end of the field, and they've just not been able to sustain anything.
I like this end better. I have a lot better view of this end.
That window doesn't mess you up. They start the clock. The 3rd quarter is over, so we've got 1 quarter to go. The defenses dominate the 3rd quarter. Ada still leads at 14-7. You're listening and watching the Cougars live at K80ARadio.net.
comes to delicious, you can't beat Roma's Italian Restaurant. And the service starts with a gracious host the moment you walk in the door. Start with their unforgettable garlic knots and butter. Order the lobster ravioli, homemade lasagna, or baked ziti. Maybe you're hungry for a pizza pie, calzone, or stromboli. Enjoy a mouth-watering ribeye, chicken fettuccine alfredo, or chicken piccata. But whatever you do, save room for the dessert. Roma's in Ada's North Hill Center, catering and DoorDash available. Call Roma's at 279-1295.
Welcome back to Broken Bow Memorial Stadium. 3 quarters in the books. This is a football game. 14-7, Ada and Broken Bow. The winner finishes 3rd in district, goes to Wagner next Friday night at 7:30 kickoff. The loser finishes 4th and goes to number 1 ranked Cushing next Friday night. Or we have to drop a generator from the bleachers to broadcast the football game. The Cougars, with a 14-7 lead, have the football. Neither team could sustain any offense there in the quarter. Both defenses dominated. Ada will have the football, and they'll have a 1st and 20 from their own 8 after the chop block penalty. Cougars, again, in the first half, amassed 196 yards of offense. Not much there in the third quarter, if not many positive plays. So on first down, they come with a single setback Gilmore. Gallagher, the sniffer, back to the left. Twin receivers right. Freedom throws that way on a slant. Caught. That's Coop. Oh, he coughed it up. It's loose. Patterson made the catch and then fumbled it, but how about Andrew Hughes there to fall on it at the 17? Whew.
It's recovered by the Cougars.
So the Cougars get a really a nice gain out of the play. Cooper was hit hard.
2nd down and 11.
Gets up to the 17-yard line for 9. It'll be 2nd down and 11. So they ran the slant to Patterson, who had 3 catches a week ago. The ball rests at the 17. You got Morris and Cooper coming left. Andrew Hughes, the single receiver to the right. Freeland hand fakes to Gilmore, looking for a comeback for Andrew. Got it, 25, first down, 30, 35, 40, down the boundary, 45, 50. It's a foot race, but he steps out of bounds. Oh, there's a comeback pattern. He ran the defensive back off and then came back to the football. And Hughes, if he doesn't step out of bounds, he was shredding the tackle, would have had a big gain. Now the officials are walking back.
The official threw his hat off, so they're going to talk about if he was forced out or if he went out on his own.
Wow, that would wipe out a big Cougar play. They're congregated. Ada players around the officials as well. They try to figure the call. The Cougars are clapping, and they're going to move it up the field. They're going to say it must have been a force out if that was the call.
He was forced out.
And so if you're forced out and come back in, you're still eligible.
As long as you reestablish before you make contact with the ball.
And they'll move it up to the 45-yard line. That's a big play. 28 yards and a Cougar first down.
That's huge. Back-to-back plays by Andrew. Coop made a good catch, but Andrew was staying with the play, was able to recover the ball, and then go right back to him.
45-yard line, a Cougar first down, early fourth quarter. 14-7 Ada. We're a minute deep in the quarter. Gilmore beside Carter. And the Cougars have got a pre-snap penalty. Offsides. Ada lined up. Maybe Morris over here might have been lined up offsides, possibly.
I think that's twice he's done that.
Illegal procedure against the...
And it's hard because there's no yard line markers. And not to make excuses, you should look over at the official and he'll back you up if it's...
So it's 1st and 15 from the 40. Case Stafford brings in the play from the far side. And a beautiful 60-degree day for football.
He's on the line, and the ball is on the line, so I'm not sure how he's...
From the gun, Gilmore on the handoff, breaks a tackle in the backfield and makes something out of nothing as he was, again, grabbed in the backfield by the big linebacker, 44, Quinlan Bailey. But Gilmore strong, able to get through it and get up to the 42-yard line. He got 2, 2nd and 13. 14-7 Cougars. Gilmore comes out of the game. DeMontre Patterson will check in. Cooper Patterson will check out. DeMontre comes wide left. Morris in the slot to the left. Play clock winds at 10. Freeland has plenty of time. Looks over the defense, takes the snap. Good order. Back to pass. The blitz is on, and Freeland gets away from it. Got away from Brumley and throws it to a great pass and catch by Morris at the 50. Oh, Carter Freeland somehow shook the blitzing linebacker Brumley. Not sure how he Houdini'd that one, but that sets up a 3rd and manageable for Ada at the 50.
He did his best Darius Gilmore impersonation there and said, "Get off me."
Yeah, Brumley came kind of on it looked like maybe a stunt from the outside and had a great angle, but kind of ducked, and the receiver slid right over or linebacker right over the top. So it's 3rd and 5 from the 50. 9:36 to play in the 4th. 8-14, Broken Bow 7. 3 receivers deployed, 2 to the right. They throw it left. Jack got it right at the marker, going to be just a tad short.
Pretty good spot.
Yep. At the 46, they need about a yard on a pass to Morris. Back-to-back receptions by Jack.
That's half a yard.
Part of you says make it a long field, but you can't on 4th and a half a yard.
No.
This is championship football.
But let's not pitch it outside.
There you go, right at them. So the Cougars will come in, see if they come with their heavy package. You got Hughes outright, along with Patterson.
No, it's the regular package. Yep. I'm not sure.
They stay in the gun. Snap count. They got the hard cadence, and jumping offside was Broken Bow. That's why you went to regular package. Get the Savages to jump, and the Cougars get a first down without having to run the play via the penalty down to near the 40-yard line. 41 officially, first down for the Cougars.
Like I said, go with the regular package and do a hard count.
So now you got a fresh set. The Cougars overcome a 1st and 15 after on that series. You got Stafford and Devontae Patterson right. Man in motion is Gallagher, sets up on the right side. They pitch it to Carlock, running right. 45 in the backfield, does not crack the line of scrimmage. Chased down on the far side. Leland Billy got him. Carlock had a pretty nice job just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
I like it, though, on first down because you're keeping them honest. You're keeping those linebackers from pinning their ears and coming upfield, and you're still giving your athletes a chance in space as opposed to pounding it. So just it's different, something different.
8:05 and counting. No scoring here in the second half. 8-14, Broken Bow 7. Hughes and Cooper go wide right. One-on-one with Morris over here against Carl Cooks. Carter going to hand it off to Gilmore, and on the kind of a inside handoff, and Brumley got there in a hurry, a loss of 1.
3rd down and 11.
O-line, we need you to step up right here, give Carter some time to get rid of the ball.
Well, they had a matchup down here one-on-one with Jack. So a little surprised that maybe didn't see that and try to take a shot over here.
See what happens here. But now they know we're in a passing situation. They got it again.
No one over the top right now unless Brumley steps back. They look that way. There it comes, and they throw it incomplete. As Brumley did come over late, the linebacker, and closed in on that one, Trey, forced an incomplete pass. Now Ada will punt, try to make it a long field. They did sustain a little bit of drive, almost 4 minutes.
Flip the field, if nothing else.
Actually, over 5 minutes off the clock. Andrew Hughes will punt.
Owen Wofford to snap it.
3 guys back protecting. Caden Balthrop gets them squared up. Snap back. Hughes drops it, but they don't rush him, and he gets it back up. Nice poise. High kick. Fair catch. Whitfield lets it go. Bounce inside the 10 to the 5, and it goes into the end zone. Oh, the Cougars had a chance to down it at the 1. They couldn't do it. Great effort back there by Jake Bohannon. Just couldn't quite get to it, Trey. And that will officially go as a 58-yard punt after a low snap and no return.
Yeah, Jake did a great job sprinting past the guy and to get in position, and it took a hard bounce.
Longest punt of the season by Hughes.
I bet they're wishing they would have rushed the punter.
Yeah, that's a couple of them we've had low and
good job by Andrew not panicking though.
Great poise.
He gathered the ball, looked up, and saw, hey, I've got time. Go ahead and kick it.
So from the 20, the Cougar defense called upon one more time, leading 14-7. Saturday afternoon, great football game from Broken Bow. They deploy 5, an empty set for the quarterback, Brumley. Cougars, their dime package. Brumley looking right. Now is trying to step up in the pocket. Rolls left. Throws one out of bounds. And Cougars, great coverage downfield.
Good job by KK being physical with the quarterback there. Legally physical.
I think we rushed 3 that time and still got a little bit of pressure on Brumley.
Yeah, he helped us out because he stepped up. I'm not sure why he stepped up, but he stepped up and to the left right into where KK was at, and he was able to get off his blocker.
2nd and 10 from the 20. Clock stopped. 7:12 to play on the incomplete pass.
I got to give my Mick Cowan trivia answer here in a minute. Forgot about that.
Moore and Maddox crowd the line of scrimmage this time. Let's see if they come. They show blitz. And here they come. Maddox stunts. They throw it out in the flat, incomplete. They forced a quicker pass. Reed Sampson, great coverage on Carl Cooks on the near side.
Reed had 6. He went for the pick, and he knows it. That's great coverage, though. A great job being in position to make the tackle if the guy makes the catch. But it flew over the intended receiver's head, and Reed had it.
They mixed the defense up again, brought Maddox on a little loop stunt off the left side, got some pressure. 3rd and 10 from the 20. They'll have a single setback in the shotgun, 4 receivers, 2 left and 2 right. Cougars stay in that dime defense. Brumley takes the snap.
Early.
They bring 5, and Brumley is brought. Oh, he got away and got the first down.
What a great individual effort there.
It was. They had him back at the 20. Credit the quarterback. Sampson finally, along with Carlock, got him. He got 11 yards when it looked like they had him sacked.
That's a gutsy call there. 3rd and 10, the quarterback draw.
31-yard line, first down, 6:55 and counting. Ada leads 14-7. Brumley looks over the Cougar defense, hands off to Rogers up the middle. He's got some space to the second level, to the 36-yard line.
Maddox.
Straight ahead for 5 yards. 2nd down and 5.
2nd and 5. This drive starting at the 20. Cougars had them 3rd and 10, and Brumley got loose for 11. So on 2nd and 5, Broken Bow plays fast. Cougars get set defensively. Brumley play action, throws out in the flat near side to Heifel.
Good job by
He's
Xander.
Got a first down.
He got a first down, but good job.
Xander brought him down to 41, a gain of 5.
Ahead to the 41-yard line. That's across the line to gain.
So Broken Bow trying to put a drive together. The Cougars trying to stifle them again. Kilgore comes out. Balthrop comes in, rotating a fresh one up front. Maddox and Moore, the backers inside. Morris and Ryan's out there on the outside. Brumley looking left, nobody open. Throws it back to the near side. Intercepted by Fisher. Oh, baby! Fisher Marr, the interception on the deflection with 2 hands lunging to the sideline. And the Cougars celebrate. The defense comes up huge as Fisher Marr, a big-time Oski on the near side.
Wow, what a catch. What a catch.
Play of the game right there. The 45-yard line.
Yeah, that's awesome.
At the 45 with 6:05 to play, Marr's interception. And now the Cougars have the short field, 6:05 to play.
We're going to have to complete some intermediate passes, I believe. They're going to sell out to stop the run because that's what we're going to try to do to run out the clock. So we just got to be smart, quick passes.
Cougars' second takeaway of the day, now +9 on the season. They go under center with Freeland. Power football this time, running at left side. Darius churning at the 40. Still churning. Darius got 5. Legs kept moving. Let out their Cord Coffee on that left side, starting that tackle position. Kind of leads the way for a nice power football run of 5.
We got M&M both in, too. Our middle linebackers, 19 and 10, that are leading the way on this left side. George is at the tight end position, and Fisher's in at the sniffer.
So just the opposite here, Trey. They're going to go power football and just try to run it right down the throat.
Which is how we started out the game, and they shut us down real quick. Yep. So it's about want to right now.
But now they go gun on 2nd and 5. Gilmore is hitting the backfield, and they got him. So I don't know. I might have went back to just under center power football. You got 5 on first down.
They had the same lineup in, the same personnel with Fisher and George both in there, but they went to the shotgun instead of under center. So I don't know that it would have mattered. The penetration was super quick there on the left side of their defense.
It was. They got in there in a hurry. 3rd down and now 7 to 43. 4:50 to play. Play clock at 12. Plenty of time. DeMontre and Andrew out wide right. Freeland back to pass, looks for Jack on the slant. Ball deflected. Ooh, was that Brumley? He got his hand on it. And it goes incomplete, and the Cougars are going to have to punt.
Well, we delayed it 3 minutes.
Took over at the 6:05 mark, and now have to punt. So the Fisher-Moore interception, they can't turn into a sustained drive. Cougars max protection back there for Andrews. Stands at his 43-yard line. Takes a good snap. Angles it toward the right boundary away from Whitfield at the 10. It bounces laterally, and then Ryan's got it at the 12. Yeah, nice kick.
I can't confirm this because I still have about 12 years worth of individual stats to enter, but I believe Andrew in this game has moved up into second all-time in punting yards.
That was 45 and no return. His last two are 58 and 45.
Yeah. I had him at 2 going into the week, but I entered some more. Brian Coleman played in the early 80s, and Justin Martin, maybe, also in the 80s. Both really good punters.
So here we go. Broken Bow for their own 12, 8-14. Broken Bow 7. That's where we were at halftime. That's where we're still at. 4:33 to play.
Quads to the right.
Yeah, they got in a single to the left, an empty backfield. See if the Cougars bring some pressure with that empty backfield. They bring 4. Brumley has a lot of real estate running left for a first down and more, out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Marking at the 29. They got 17. As he saw that open up, the way they brought 4 to the, as you mentioned, to the right, so the Ada defense was heavy this way, and Brumley runs it left for 17 and a first down.
Yeah, I think we had George Spine in there, and George kind of took a bad angle at Brumley. He's deceptively fast. We got a whistle somewhere. Oh, they're trying to get the chain set over there. But he's a big kid, but he's a little bit faster than you would think, just looking at him.
They bring 4 wide again to the right side. From the 29, fourth quarter, Ada leads at 14-7. Brumley awaits the snap. 2-step.
Faked at that time.
Back at his 20, rushed out of the pocket, got to be grabbed, gets away, rolls left. George chasing him, can't get him. He turns it upfield and is forced out of bounds, but he just made a play. Cougars really had some pressure on him, but he got up to the 37-yard line. He got 8.
Short of the line to gain. It's going to be second down.
Did a good job there with the initial 3-man pressure, and again, he was just fast enough.
And got out of bounds for the second straight play.
Yeah.
4:17 to play, second down in
Sometimes
about 3.
The clock doesn't stop unless it's under 2 minutes, but I've given up on trying to figure out when clock stops.
Trips to the right, play action. They throw it to Cooks out in the flat ball, bobbled, and he's
good job.
Sampson all over him. Yeah, that a baby. Reed Sampson, a beautiful play on the bobbled pass by Cooks. Reed closed like a locomotive, Trey, and gobbled him up back at the 30. They're going to mark it up at the 34-ish yard line, a loss of 3.
Third down and 7.
Yeah, that's almost one where Cooksy's better off if he lets it hit the ground. But great job by Reed.
They need to reach the 39. It's 3rd and 5. Clock running at 3:43. 3 receivers left. Ball on the right hash. A single to the boundary over here is Jace Roberts. Brumley back to pass. Flush. KK's got him, and JB finishes him. KK hit him first. Kilgore got a piece of the action, and Brumley goes down to 35, an official 1-yard gain. Good coverage downfield eventually led to the Cougars getting pressure on Brumley. Now it's 4th down in the game, maybe right here with 3:16 to play.
Timeout, Broken Bow.
Broken Bow uses one. We'll catch our breath quickly. 8-14, Broken Bow 7, fourth quarter, game on the line. Cougar football streaming at KADAradio.net.
At Finn Ford Lincoln of Ada, where we'll be getting you ready for the holidays by giving top dollar for trades. Isn't that right, Turkey? That is right. The car market's still crazy, and we need your trades.
So come trade up. Now's the perfect time. Wait, what's that?
He's filling in for you and doing a great job.
He's a turkey.
Don't forget to tell him Morgan sent ya. Finn Ford Lincoln of Ada is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FinnFord.com and FinnLincoln.com.
Welcome back to Broken Bow Memorial Stadium. 4th down and just under 5 at the 35. They got to reach 39, maybe the 40-yard line here, Trey, for a first down. Ada defense has been huge in the second half. It's 14-7. Broken Bow uses the timeout, and Ada stops them. It's not game yet, but this will go a long way on this 4th down play.
Yeah, it's just close enough where their whole playbook is in play. So you can't pin your ears. You can't give up anything or, rule anything out.
And, Broken Bow has a play they love in this situation. They have twin receivers left and right.
Quarterback draw.
Ada brings 4. Brumley flush to the left. Brumley sets up. It's hit as he throws. Intercept. Nope. Dropped down by Colton Carlock. But they got pressure on Brumley. And that's Caden Gallagher out there again. Helps his Brumley up. But the Cougars, a turnover on downs on a big-time defensive stop again. They've been +3 on the turnovers today and force a big turnover on downs and have it now at the Broken Bow 35 with 3:08 to play.
That's a great up headsy play. Carlock there not intercepting that ball. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not, but I'm going to say he did. Great job.
And again, pressure on the quarterback with a 4-man rush. Dropped 7 in coverage. Gallagher is all over him. Couple Cougars back there chasing the quarterback. Now, Broken Bow with a couple of timeouts left. Ada on top 14-7. Carter Freeland will come out under center. They'll bring 2 receivers to the left side, Hughes and Stafford. They're going to hand it off to Gilmore. He dropped the football and got back on it. An issue in the exchange between Freeland and Gilmore, and the Cougars fortunately get back on it. Trey back at the 37-yard line, a loss of 2.
Did you say you were taking us to a saloon? Who's driving us home?
Oh.
The cardiac kids out here.
Whew. 2nd down and 12 from the 37-yard line.
That's something Carter and Darius have done how many times over the years?
Broken Bow not electing to use the timeout yet. Probably use it on 3rd down. Carter under center. Hands to Gilmore. Starts right, dives left. Touches the 35-yard line. Bailey's got him.
Now they call the timeout.
Yeah, and I think you just
no.
They call it?
Yeah, they did. He tried to say that we called it.
So 2:18 to play. So you have 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10. So you manage the clock here. If you run it here again, you make them use their last timeout. Got a trivia question?
Yeah.
Answer? Yep.
We got a unique situation here, and it's kind of because my question was not worded super correctly. But Ada's played Broken Bow 9 times, winning 6. And I asked what was the average score in those 9 games. Timothy Gallup correctly answered the Ada side of it. So he's going to get a license plate. But Travis Muse got the answer I was looking for, 27-10, Ada, Broken Bow. So the average score has been 27-10. Travis Muse graduated. Oh, Travis, don't get mad at me. I'm going to say 90, maybe 89. Played wide receiver. He was a little bit older than me, but I remember I went to youth group with him, so he had somewhere around in there. And then Timothy Gallup got the Ada score right, so we'll give away 2.
These 2 teams, of course, we haven't mentioned, played in the 1988 state championship game. Ada 31, Broken Bow 6, the final in that game. So a little bit of history between these 2 clubs.
And they ended up winning it the next year, I believe. Broken Bow won it in 89.
Had a good couple of years or so. So game on the line here. 3rd and 10, Ada, 35 in Broken Bow territory. And Trey, you probably run it, make them use their last time out.
You got to.
Shotgun for Carter. There you go with Gilmore, 35 to the 30, lunging forward. Got a good gain off the left side. Good blocking up there. Coffey, Fuller, Balthrop on that left side, paving the way to the 30 for 5.
And, we've struggled with some snaps today, so I don't know. Do you just try to run it and get a first down? It's 4th and 4. A bad snap. I mean, we had 2 hit the ground. Andrew picked up 1 and was able to get it off. The second one, he had to run for it. So I don't know.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where it's not just a cut and dry decision. If you're a head coach, Coach Osteen having to make that call over there. Then if you punt it goes into the end zone, it's just a 10-yard difference. They don't have any timeouts left. Analytics maybe say go for it. And
the other thing I wouldn't have a problem here is your best fake punt.
Yeah.
But then the football people say, why do you take your offense off the field to run it?
When they're going to be looking for.
But you got to figure they're going to bring as much pressure as they can. So if you can snap it to one of the upback guys and he can sneak through. Of course, all our upback guys are linemen. So I don't know.
I think that was all set up because of a 5-yard run on third down.
Exactly.
Gilmore got 5 and made
we're going to go
made
for
it fourth and manageable.
I think this is the right call. If you get it, ball game's over. If you don't, then it's maybe a 10-yard advantage for them.
Here we go, 2:06 to play. How about a hard count? Freeland waiting for the snap.
Yeah,
hard count once.
We're going to call a timeout. Osteen's walking.
With 14 seconds. Another hard count. And now Coach Osteen a timeout. There's your 8 timeout. You got to try it, and you still may go for it here.
Yeah.
But you have that in your bag. They've jumped already. Jumped once today and got us a first down. So you go for it. So the ball just inside the 30. I guess officially the 29 as they mark it in there. So that last run, it's been an ish game. No scoring here in the second half. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pumps, 2 turnovers by
3 counting the downs.
Yes, 3. You got a fumble recovery here in the half, an interception by Bailey, and the interception by Moore, all here in the second half, then the turnover on down. So the Cougars +3 in the turnover column here on the road, trying to get a victory and finish third in the district.
I think our basketball coaches may be watching this game. When I put that up, see if these people ring a bell. I got messages from Christy Jennings, Shelby Davis, Monet Thompson, and Jeremy Strong. Jeremy Strong said 114-2, so I don't even know what to say to that.
Cougars offense on the field. They didn't get them to jump off side, so now they'll probably snap the ball and go for it. 2:06 to play in the game. 14-7-8 just inside the 30 of Broken Bow. Single receiver to the right. Freeland takes the snap. Looks right. Going to throw deep.
Got him.
Got a man open toward the end zone. Got it. Touchdown, Ada! Oh, baby! Andrew Hughes down the boundary. Game, set, match, maybe from Broken Bow. A 29-yard strike on 4th and 5. And Andrew high points it. And the Cougars send the Broken Bow crowd to the exits here from Memorial Stadium. It's 20-7, Ada.
What a gutsy call. I don't know if you've ever seen Major League, but Pedro Serrano used to do a movement, and I'm doing that right here because that was one of those gutsy calls. But it's a great call, I think.
Had some double coverage out there. The safety might have been a little late. Extra point by Mitchell is good.
Great job by Case Stafford there. That snap was low. He picked it up and got it put right where it needed to be.
What a play for Ada. 21-7 from Memorial Stadium in Broken Bow. This is Cougar football streaming at KADARadio.net.
This is Lucas Clark, president of First United Bank here in Ada. We measure success not just with numbers, but with a commitment to faith, financial well-being, personal development, and wellness. It's how we spend life wisely. If that doesn't sound like a bank, welcome to First United. Learn more at spendlifewisely.com. Proud supporter of the Ada Cougars, member FDIC.
Andrew Hughes from Carter Freeland. One more time this year. Carter connects for his 17th touchdown pass of the season.
Andrew's 30th career touchdown.
His 15th touchdown reception of the year. Not all of those from Carter, a few of them from Brock Boyle, but wow, 21-7. Deep kick to the 22, 30, 35, 30, maybe 31 yard, not 35. It's
looked like Xander and Bohan and Jake both got in on that tackle.
Brought down Camden Rogers on the far side.
I'd like to mention Xander. You know, he was out the majority of the season, got hurt. Actually, in preseason, played a little bit in the Ardmore game, but him coming back, he's played a lot of that star position today, which we've had 2 on the field most of the day. You got him and Jack and Day that all 3 play that position, but having him back has really allowed us, and Reed Sampson, who's played super good in that position as well, but having Xander back has really helped.
21 unanswered points by the Cougars this afternoon. 21-7 lead.
Can I predict a pick 6?
You're on it. No timeouts left for Broken Bow. at their own 31. 4 receivers deployed, 3 to the near side or the right side. Brumley rolls this way, sets up, throws deep. Andrew Hughes up, knocks it down at the 45, just playing little over-the-top safety coverage. Patterson had the one-on-one coverage out there against Mark Martin. Pass goes incomplete.
Boy, Brumley's going to need an ice bath tonight. He got hit again, and kudos to the kid. He's tough as nails. They haven't quit. And I told y'all that if we got up, I thought they would, and they haven't. And it's because of him. He is a quality football player, and hasn't left the field that I know of.
No, he's played, I think, every snap defensively at that linebacker position. 2nd and 10 from the 31. Cougars stay in the dime. They'll bring 3, drop 8 in coverage. Brumley setting up. Plenty of time. Kilgore trying to get there late. They throw it incomplete. A high pass intended for Martin at the 46-yard line. Again, you drop 8. The windows are not very big, and they're about as foggy as the one you're looking through right now, Trey Kinley, as the Cougars force a 3rd and 10.
I kind of feel like I've already been to the saloon. You know what I mean, Jeff? A foggy vision over here.
You're going to have ribeye or catfish tonight?
Yep.
Oh.
You're buying.
Take a goodie bag, huh? Take one home with you. 3rd and 10 from the 31. Twins left, 3 to the right. Brumley back in the pocket. Kilgore had him, got away. But now they got 5 guys chasing. Marr chasing Brumley. He'll chase him down. Fisher, Marr, one of the M&M boys, got him on the far side as he chased Brumley down. Fisher, a huge interception in this half that stopped the drive, and now chases down Brumley for an official quarterback sack back at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, great job by Fish there, showing his speed. But Kilgore made him uncomfortable, and then we had somebody, I think it was JB, that was also over here on this backside that forced him out to his left.
4th down and 11. Will be under a minute on this snap of the football by Broken Bow. Ada 21, Broken Bow 7. Brumley in the pocket, sets up at the 21, throws near side on a comeback pattern is caught, but it's going to be short of the marker by about a yard. Whitfield caught it, but it's short, and that's going to be your ball game.
TOD, turnover on downs.
And it's either been interception, fumble recovery, or turnover on downs pretty much this half. We'll recap it, but Ada's defense has been
phenomenal.
You say who's the player of the game? The Ada defense. They've been outstanding this afternoon.
And obviously credit goes to Coach Shamley for having them prepared, but I think he'd tell you they've executed phenomenally as well. And executed, here's the crazy thing, multiple game plans, because we thought this was going to play last night in the rain, so we're practicing. We don't know what they're going to do. They haven't been under center all year, so we're kind of guessing. We were in this dime early in the week. Then we went back to a heavy set because we thought they'd have to run it, and then back to the dime, and they've retained it all. And I haven't really seen any really busted execution. Even on their 2 big plays, we had guys there, and then on the long run.
Victory formation for the Cougars. Freeland at his 45 takes the snap, gives up about 3 yards back to the 48.
A dubious stat for Carter. He is he leads the negative rushing yards in career by a lot.
What, did he lose 8 there?
Yes. So hopefully he won't do it again.
You're happy to lose him. He takes it, goes back to his 44-yard line.
Ish.
And that's it. The Ada Cougars have done it. And they celebrate on the far side, Trey Kinley. What a performance.
May have a press box next week.
The Cougars will be at Wagner next week in the postseason. Wagner's a good football team.
Yes, it is.
But the Cougars have bounced back and showed their heart, their fight, and a whole lot more this afternoon.
Shout out to the Ada crowd too. That's a lot more than I was expecting. A lot of people made the ride. I'm sure Hookatown will appreciate it here in about an hour when they get slammed. As long as there's a table for 3 and steaks left and catfish, I'll be fine with it.
Well, I'm happy to celebrate this one. Broken Bow averages 34.9 points a game. The Cougar defense holds them to 7. 21-7 Cougars. Your post-game show coming up next, including all your highlights and more. This is Cougar Football streaming at K80aradio.net.
Cougar football, presented by the Chickasaw Nation, along with First United Bank, Ada Nissan, CTS, T&W Tire, Wild Rose Place, Carter County Dodge and Hyundai, Vision Bank, Roma Italian Restaurant, Laser Zone, Hilltop Dodge, Simmons Bank, Great Plains Kubota, State Farm agent Don Carpenter, and Fenton Ford.
If you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, or maybe your vehicle needs a little attention, we're your one-stop shop.
Come score a new Nissan Pathfinder, completely redesigned and ready to hit the road with style and convenience.
And don't get penalized with high gas prices. The Nissan Altima will get you over 600 miles per tank.
And the MVP of the lineup, the new Nissan Rogue, with best in-class fuel economy and tech.
We are a proud supporter of the Ada Cougar Athletic Department, and we'd like to wish all of you a great season. Go Cougs!
I was surprised.
I was definitely surprised.
Yep, we had no idea. Totally surprised. Can you say jaw drop?
Who knew? State Farm, with these great rates?
The surprise everyone's talking about is the surprisingly great rates for home and auto insurance from State Farm, especially when you combine them.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Don Carpenter, your State Farm agent in Ada for over 44 years today.
Edith 2 Chickasaw travel stops are loaded with fast and convenient items to make your busy schedule a little less hectic. There's something for everyone. We've got a large selection of food choices, fuel that's ethanol-free, and fast and friendly service that you can appreciate, especially when kickoff is minutes away. Locate your Chickasaw travel stop, your one-stop shop, at the corner of Country Club and Lonnie Abbott Boulevard, or on the corner of Main Street and Ladder Road in Ada.
A strong defense, an aggressive offense, and ability to make the big plays. That's Vision Bank and the Ada Cougars. From the first kickoff to the final buzzer, the Cougars keep on working for excellence, and so does Vision Bank. From your first savings and checking account, your first car, your first home, all the way through to retirement, Vision Bank strives for your financial success. Ada Cougar football and Vision Bank, a winning combination. See the difference with Vision Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 402156.
Searching for a stress-free, no-hassle car buying experience? Then look no further than Hilltop Dodge.
From our well-knowledgeable sales staff to our qualified service department, here at Hilltop Dodge, we strive to deliver the best customer satisfaction. Here at Hilltop Dodge, we are huge supporters of the Ada Cougar football team and want to wish them good luck on their season. So come on down to Hilltop Dodge and experience what car buying is supposed to feel like.
Come in and see us at 1109 North Broadway in Ada.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
It's coming back.
Welcome back to Broken Bow Memorial Stadium, where the Ada Cougars have done it, Trey Kinley. What a game. 21-7 over Broken Bow. The Cougars finished the regular season at 7-3, 5-2 in the 4A4 district. Broken Bow and Ada finishes with identical 5-2 district records. Ada gets the number 3 spot in district play. I guess that technically, what did Hilldale and Poto end up with? What, one loss in district play? Yeah, each just had one loss. So it's all set now for next week. The Cougars come up big here, and Coach Osteen came into this game, and one of his words to Jeff Calley for the Ada News, also me in my interview, and I think probably at the Cougar luncheon as well, which was now it's time for this team to win a game that we're not supposed to win. We've taken care of business against the teams we should have beat. And now we need to win one we're not supposed to win. People are looking at Broken Bow as a favorite here, senior day, a team that's averaging almost 35 points a game, playing for a ton here. And the Cougars able, though, to get it done here this afternoon, 21-7, with a dominating and suffocating defensive performance.
Yeah, they played phenomenal. And we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Coach Osteen asked me, what do you think these kids, how they respond to pressure? And I was like, I don't know. Because they haven't been in this situation. And last week we laid an egg. But how we played today is even more impressive after laying an egg last week, if that makes sense. So it was.
And it didn't start well today. You take the football to start the game like you did last week. It took it because of by choice. Because we had Broken Bow won the toss this week. We took the football and gave them a short field when we muffed a snap on a punt, but the defense set the tone then when they turned them back early in the game, and then the big momentum shift, Trey, in the game came when Broken Bow scored their only touchdown of the game, led 7-0, and Andrew Hughes promptly answered in the special teams with a 69-yard kickoff return. And the game never decided until the last 3 or 4 minutes there, but that really changed the momentum of this football game.
Yeah, it wasn't decided, but I never really felt uncomfortable, I'm going to say, because the defense, it seemed like we were making the right calls and we were always putting ourselves in the right place to execute. And we got a couple replays will show some individual effort by Fisher in that second half or in those last 3 drives that was really impressive. And then obviously the call on 4th down and 5, when you're in no man's land, do you punt it? What do you do? Well, go with what you got here.
Yeah.
Go with what got you here. And it was double covered. It was covered pretty good, but CJ put it on the money, and Andrew went up and high-pointed it.
7 second-half possessions by Broken Bow, 2 punts, 3 turnovers, 2 turnovers on downs. That was the possessions in the second half by the Broken Bow Savages. So Ada wins at 21-7. Let's go ahead and recap your second half, which, again, it was a defensive half led by 3 Ada interceptions. And here in the half, these 2 are the ones you have?
No, that's the touchdown and that's the interception.
Okay, that's the replays we have here in the half? Yep, so somebody lost their key. Next door, if you would, ma'am, the press bar. Thank you. Sorry about that. Somebody lost their keys, and I'd probably just end up with a new car if they gave them to me. So so Ada's second half again. Broken Bow got the ball to start the second half, and their very first play, I think it was Fisher, or George or Fisher, stuck a helmet on the football of Camden Rogers, and Caden Gallagher out-wrestled 2 or 3 Broken Bow players for the loose football. The first turnover of the game as Ada took the ball. Ada would then turn it over on downs. They'd force a Broken Bow punt. Broken Bow would punt on their next possession. And then an interception by Chase Bailey on the 4th possession of the half by Broken Bow. Ada couldn't get it going offensively in the second half. On Broken Bow's 5th possession of the half, was 7:17 to play. They took over, and they was mounting a drive. They started at their own 20, got an 11-yard quarterback run on 3rd and 10, got another first down 2 plays later. They're out at the 41-yard line. The game in the balance, Ada leading 14-7, and the Cougars got a little bit of pressure on the quarterback, Christian Brumley, as his pass sailed to the right side, and Fisher Moore might have made the play of the game. The backers inside. Morris and Ryan's out there on the outside. Brumley looking left, nobody open, throws it back to the near side. Intercepted by Fisher! What a great interception by that man, that Bridges Velarde, who does an outstanding job.
How he finds Waldo when we're doing these replays blows my mind.
He's got the eyes. Great job, Bridges. Appreciate that. Fisher Moore with the interception. The Cougars +3 in the turnover column. They're now +10 for the season. Got beat last week, and they were -3 in that area last week in their loss to Poto. That really set the Cougars up. They couldn't do anything with the football then. Had to give it back to Broken Bow. Turned Broken Bow over on downs, but then got the football back at the Broken Bow 35-yard line after they turned Broken Bow over on downs on some, again, great. We could run a whole highlight reel of defensive plays in the second half. But Ada from the Broken Bow 35 went backwards 2 yards and gained those 2 yards back on Gilmore runs. It was 3rd and 10. Gilmore ran it again, got 6 to the 29. It was 3rd down. And long 4, short 5 ball just inside the 30-yard line around the 29. Cougars tried to get Broken Bow to jump off sides. They didn't bite. Cougars used a timeout. We debated, do you punt it here? Do you go for it? Well, you play to win. And the Cougar coaching staff said we're going to go to our bread and butter. And this culminated a 4-play, 35-yard drive that sealed the deal from Broken Bow. To the right, Freeland takes the snap, looks right, going to throw deep.
Got him.
Got a man open toward the end zone. Up and touchdown, Ada! Oh, baby! Andrew. Wow, what a play.
Andrew did a great job there. I saw it on the replay. They tried to jam him at the line. He made just a little bit enough of a shimmy shake to get around the guy and was able to get the release. And the safety was a little bit late getting over, but CJ put a good throw on him, and Andrew went up and got the ball.
He was, and I was watching that replay there with you, and he did get by the corner, and that's all. And then, I think I'd have stacked 2 guys right on top of him. But
they tried to jam him, but he made a move, and that's where you learn from last week. when we weren't getting away from the corners. And kudos to Andrew. I'm sure the coaches worked with him and Jack and Case and the rest of the receivers to get off the ball like that.
15th touchdown reception of the year by Andrew Hughes, 30, I think you said now
30,
for his career. But
30 career.
But did that just receiving?
Yes. And so he's got 16 touchdowns this year, which is 96 points. For a receiver to get into the 100-point category hadn't happened very many times. I'm going to say Pingleton did it once because he had 20 in 12. But, yeah, so hopefully we can get him at least one more score to get him into that 100-point club. That'd be pretty cool.
In that first touchdown, you heard the replay at halftime, the beautiful 69-yard touchdown, kickoff return for a touchdown. Ada had 3 of them called back this year. Not that one, my friends, as Andrew raced to the house on the right boundary. And in the first half, Ada wins at 21-7. Again, I'll say it again for those still listening. On to Wagner next week in the postseason. 7:30 kickoff, 6:45 pregame. Lord willing, our crew will be there, bringing you the game. Myself, Trey Kinley, Jeremy Marr, and Bridges Velarde. Ada wins it. We're back after this timeout with your final statistics from Broken Bow Memorial Stadium on a beautiful Saturday at Broken Bow, streaming live at K80ARadio.net.
Sales and Rental is your premier wedding and party rental resource in the Ada, Oklahoma area, bringing you the best for your wedding or other special event with the most unique and current trends available. Our experienced and helpful staff will help coordinate all of your ideas into the wedding of your dreams. And don't forget, we cater for all types of events: birthdays, anniversaries, graduation, prom, retirement, family reunions, and fundraiser supplies for schools and nonprofit groups. You'll find it all at Ada Sales and Rental.
Hello, I'm Keith Fraser, store manager at T&W Tire, 500 East Main here in Ada.
And I'm Jamie. We would like to remind you, if you have any tire needs, whether it be farm, ranch, tractor trailer, or your personal vehicle, we can help you pick out the right tire for you. We also offer 24-hour roadside service and can change your oil, put on brakes, shocks, or align your front end.
We are your authorized Michelin tire dealer with dozens of other tire brands available. T&W Tire, not just a tire store, but a whole lot more. Call 332-5145.
There's maroon, gold, black, white. They all have things in common. School pride, friendly competition, bringing home the win, and the full support of Laser Zone Family Fun Center. Head on over to celebrate that win. There's bowling, laser tag, and arcade, mini golf, and more. Laser Zone is where the school spirit is splat.
Ada Cougars. We at Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai are some of your biggest fans. We know that you're not only excelling today on the fields, but in gyms, on stage, and in the classrooms. But you are also going to be tomorrow's great leaders. Embrace it and enjoy it. From your friends, neighbors, and automotive experts, Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai in Ardmore. Remember, if it doesn't say Carter County, you paid too much.
Simmons Bank presents Banking Made Easy. With our powerful mobile banking app and online banking, at the touch of a finger, you can make deposits or pay bills, view account balances and transaction history, keep a close eye on your money with helpful alerts, even customize features just the way you want them. And with our contactless Visa credit and debit cards, you can just look, tap, and go. Convenient banking from Simmons Bank. Easy, fast, and secure. Learn more at simmonsbank.com/easy.
When it comes to delicious, you can't beat Roma's Italian Restaurant. And the service starts with a gracious host the moment you walk in the door. Start with their unforgettable garlic knots and butter. Order the lobster ravioli, homemade lasagna, or baked ziti. Maybe you're hungry for a pizza pie, calzone, or stromboli. Enjoy a mouth-watering ribeye, chicken fettuccine alfredo, or chicken piccata. But whatever you do, save room for the dessert. Roma's in Ada's North Hill Center, catering and DoorDash available. Call Roma's at 279-1295.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Welcome back to Broken Bow Memorial Stadium. Kenny Morrison, Trey Kinley, Bridges Velarde, Jeremy Marr this afternoon. A Cougar win, 21-7. Big-time road win, just as much as a big-time bounce-back game in a game that meant a ton this afternoon, showed the fortitude, the character of these young men as they practiced, they got ready in a week they didn't know if they were going to play Thursday night, Friday night. If they're going to play in the rain, if they're going to play in the sunshine. They had 2 game plans, and you got to remember this. All these kids are trying to internalize all this and go to school and figure out what we're going to do. But they did it. They executed, and they're on to the playoffs against Wagner next week. Final stats with Trey Kinley.
Yeah, Broken Bow finished with 11 first downs, 20 rushes for 84 yards, 14 of 31 for 102, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles, 1 loss, 7 penalties for 60 yards. Third down, 3 of 12, fourth down, 0 of 2, and then the missed field goal individually for Broken Bow. Christian Brumley, 14 of 31 for 102 yards. Spread it out, like we talked about in the first half. Carl Cooks, 5 for 59. Mark Martin, 2 for 13. Hayden Heifel, 2 for 10. Kyron Whitfield, 2 for 7. Jace Roberts, 1 for 5. And then Camden Rogers, 1 for -3. Rushing for Broken Bow. Christian Brumley had 15 for 58, and Camden Rogers had 5 for 26. Ada as a team had 15 first downs, so only, I think, 4 there in the second half. I think we had 11 at halftime.
We did. Yep.
34 rushes for 92 yards, so about 3 yards a carry. 16 to 30 for 172, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. We had 2 fumbles that we recovered both. Penalties was 7 for 45. Third down conversions 3 of 15. Fourth down 3 of 6. Individually for Ada, CJ 16 out of 30 for 172 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Andrew had 6 catches for 102 and a touchdown. Jack had 6 for 43. Darius had 2 for 16. Case had 1 for 11, and CPAT had 1 for 0. But that's not right, because he's going to have 1 for 2 for 9 on that one he caught and then fumbled.
Yep.
Rushing for Ada, Darius had 19 for 105, so just over 5 a clip. Andrew had 1 for 9. Carlock had 5 for 1. Xander had 1 for 0, and then CJ had basically 6 for -7, but then he had the 2 at the end, so he was 8 for -23.
Give me Brumley's passing stats again, if you would, real quick.
14 to 31.
And yards?
102.
So he had 160 total yards today. He averages over 300 total yards per game between rushing and passing the football for the season. Had over right at 2,800 yards through 9 games coming in. The Cougars did a great job on that outstanding quarterback, and he just made a couple plays. And
you can tell why he averages 60-70% of their offense. I mean, he is the cog in their engine.
And when they hit him, Had some really good hits on the quarterback.
Good clean hits.
Really did. Yep, it was. Cougars win at 21-7. Our final break from Broken Bow. We wrap it up and repeat what we have coming up next week in the playoffs. This is Cougar Football streaming at KADARadio.net.
Reliability of the Great Plains Kubota family to work for you. Visit any of our local dealerships to see how we can serve your equipment needs.
Keep your Kubota running at peak performance with routine maintenance from Great Plains Kubota. With the parts and service you trust, Great Plains Kubota will keep your Kubota equipment running like the day you brought it home.
Visit a Great Plains Kubota for Kubota sales, service, parts, and rentals, or visit us online at GreatPlainsKubota.com. That's GreatPlainsKubota.com.
Come by Finn Ford Lincoln of Ada, where we'll be getting you ready for the holidays by giving top dollar for trades. Isn't that right, Turkey? That is right. The car market's still crazy and we need your trades.
So come trade up. Now's the perfect time. Wait, what's that?
He's filling in for you and doing a great job.
He's a turkey.
Don't forget to tell him Morgan sent ya. Finn Ford Lincoln of Ada is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FinnFord.com and FinnLincoln.com.
This is Lucas Clark, president of First United Bank here in Ada. We measure success not just with numbers, but with a commitment to faith, financial well-being, personal development, and wellness. It's how we spend life wisely. If that doesn't sound like a bank, welcome to First United. Learn more at spendlifewisely.com. Proud supporter of the Ada Cougars, member FDIC.
Tribal citizens are Oklahomans, our neighbors. They make a critical difference in community after community, helping schools, building roads, expanding healthcare, benefiting everyone. We are united for Oklahoma. committed to mutual respect, shared strength, and productive partnerships. To join the conversation, visit UnitedForOklahoma.com.
If you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, or maybe your vehicle needs a little attention, we're your one-stop shop.
Come score a new Nissan Pathfinder, completely redesigned and ready to hit the road with style and convenience.
And don't get penalized with high gas prices. The Nissan Altima will get you over 600 miles per tank.
And the MVP of the lineup, the new Nissan Rogue, with best-in-class fuel economy and tech.
We are a proud supporter of the Ada Cougar Athletic Department, and we'd like to wish all of you a great season. Go Cougs!
I was surprised.
I was definitely surprised.
Yep, we had no idea. Totally surprised.
Can you say jaw drop?
Who knew? State Farm, with these great rates?
The surprise everyone's talking about is the surprisingly great rates for home and auto insurance from State Farm, especially when you combine them.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Don Carpenter, your State Farm agent in Ada for over 44 years today.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Welcome back to Broken Bow Memorial Stadium for the final time this afternoon. Kenny Morrison, Trey Kinley at the headsets here, and the Cougars win at 21-7. Ada's on to Wagner postseason, so it's all set, Trey, and let's kind of recap the bracket here. It's going to be Ada and Wagner. Wagner, of course, a perennial power in Class 4A, finished second in their district this year to the top-ranked team in the state, Cushing, with the district realignment this year. Ada will be at Wagner, and that'll be at 6:45 pregame, 7:30 kickoff from Wagner on Friday night. If Ada survives that first-round game, they will then play the following Friday at 7:30 against either Elk City or Newcastle. They'll cross over and then play someone from District 1 or District 2 as they cross over in the second round. That's as far as we can get you right now, but that's kind of where we know. The brackets fully come out tomorrow, but that's we do know that much heading in before we go off the air this afternoon.
Yeah, Wagner probably one of the better teams since the turn of the century, I would say. Poto being another one that's been very successful. Don't know much about them. I know that they haven't given up very many points to anybody except for when they played Cushing. Played Coweta tough, played Grove tough, which are two bigger schools that are competitive schools, really good. So it'll be interesting. I know that we'll be prepared, and we will be a little chilly. I think we looked, and it was going to be probably in the 30s by the time with the time change tonight. It'll be nice and chilly, but we know we're not going to be at Cushing where we have to take a generator. We may still have to take one to Wagner, but hopefully not. But yeah, it's exciting. It's a successful season. Last year you finished at 3-7. You completely flip it, 7-3, which was my gut feeling going in. 7-3, 8-2. Lost one to Hilldale that I don't think we should have lost. Otherwise, we're right on the money. But like I said, bouncing back after that loss last week and then showing what they showed here was very impressive. And to what Coach Harwell and I talked about, I don't think Saturday game had anything to do with it. I think both teams came out and played. It was not a sloppy game at all. 14 penalties on both teams, not bad. Most of them not pre-snap. We had 2 pre-snap where we just lined up offsides. So, but no, it was a great win and look forward to next week.
Ada wins at 21-7. The high school football scoreboard this afternoon: Ada 21, Broken Bow 7.
For those of you die-hard fans, Copan does play Oaks tonight at 7:00 kick. This was the only afternoon game, but the only other scheduled OSSAA game is Copan at Oaks, Class C.
And I do want to say this as we go off the air here. The officiating got onto him. I don't do that often or that early on that interference call. I look back and see the whole game. I thought it was a pretty well officiated game when it was all said and done. In my opinion, just going back, thought they did a fine job this afternoon.
No, they did, and I'm sure they probably called somewhere last night.
Yeah,
or Thursday night. So this is their second game this week, and they did a good job. Weren't the story, so that's good.
Final score for the final time: Ada 21, Broken Bow 7. The Cougars on to Wagner next week in the Class 4A state playoffs.
I did get an update for from the one of the girls basketball players. They played scrimmage up in Moore today and played some really good teams. Played Broken Arrow and Moore, which are 2 6A schools, and then Holland Hall, which is a really good 4A power. And message I got is that we played pretty well. They were pleased. So,
and of course, their season starts, I think, December 3rd when basketball gets all kicked off. Again, 21-7 Ada wins it here for Trey Kinley. Bridges Velarde on camera and Jeremy Morrow, statistician. Jeff Calley helped with those stats as well. Appreciate Jeff from the Ada News who travels with us. We're on to eat at Hokietown. Going to enjoy the evening, and we'll see you and talk to you next week from Wagner when the Cougars head to the playoffs. I'm Kenny Morrison from Broken Bow. God bless. Good night, everybody.
This has been Ada Cougar Football, presented by the Chickasaw Nation. Brought to you in part by First United Bank, Ada Nissan, CTS, T&W Tire, Wild Rose Place, Carter County Dodge and Hyundai, Vision Bank, Roma Italian Restaurant, Laser Zone, Hilltop Dodge, Simmons Bank, Great Plains Kubota, State Farm Agent Don Carpenter, and Fig and Ford. Ada Cougar Football, a presentation of Cool 99.3 and Ada.